not. Caesar genius and the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about your how it shines. It's all about the Most High. It's all about your how it shines. Hebrew Israelites. Kwam Yashala. It's all about the Most High. It's all about your how it shines. It's all about the Most High. Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie. We changed the truth for God into a lie. In English, Jesus Christ. In Hebrew, it's Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The immaculate conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's claws, the birth of Nimrod, and not the...
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
And welcome to another edition of the Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. We are located at 8524 South Braeswood Boulevard, and that's Houston, Texas, 77071. Our class times are 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Monday and Wednesday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Friday. And we have the Sabbath morning class from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. or whenever we're finished answering questions, then we get them streets. We also have other locations. The newly built school in Virginia, and they're located at 2610 Granby Street, Norfolk, Virginia, 23517. And their class times are Tuesday and Thursday, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. and Friday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. You know, we're going to be, so they'll have the Friday classes, and they're going to be airing their Friday classes, and our Friday classes won't be aired, but we will still be having classes here. So, you know, for those in the Houston metropolitan area, please come on by, get you some class. Even though it's not aired, you can still come on by and get class. We also have the school in San Antonio, which is located at 4219 Centergate Street. That's San Antonio, Texas, 78217. We also have another location, Albuquerque, New Mexico. They're located at 7710 Manuel Boulevard, Suite F, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 87110. We have previously recorded kids class for your kids to check out. You can watch with your children, and you can find that at ISBHPK Kids on YouTube. Just put that in the search. And we have kids classes here on the Shabbat, and that's being done offline in the back in the kids room. We have a cable show on Saturdays starting at 8 p.m. They're on Comcast Local Channel 17. Or you can stream it live at hmstv.org.
Did y'all change the title?
Also, we have the Blog Talk with Mashaba, and that's blogtalkradio.com/Mashaba, and that's Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9:30 a.m. Israelware is accepting orders. So when you go to Facebook, just type in everything Israel wear, and that'll take you to the sisters. They do custom headbands, armbands, tunics, girdles, you know, French shirts, French pants. They'll take care of you, make you look real nice, real Hebrew Israelitish. If you need to reach a priest, you can reach Priest Kazakia at 281-707-2737. You can reach Priest Quatazak, which is here on my right, at 303-557-8979. Please text only during class. And if you need to drop any alms or offerings or any donations, you can drop that in the Wells Fargo account, which is at, that number is 1025-129896. Or you can mail any supplies. If you want to buy some supplies and mail it to the school, you can mail it to our school, you can mail it to the Virginia school, or the San Antonio schools, or the Albuquerque school. The Albuquerque school and the Virginia school, they're opening up. Virginia's brand new, like this month new. So they're really in need of supplies, pens, notebooks, apocryphers, Bibles, desks, chairs, computers. If there's a vehicle that anyone can donate, if you're able to do that, it'd be nice to have a camp vehicle. So whatever you got, whatever's available, whatever's on your heart to give, please drop that through one of the schools, and we'll be more than happy to accept that. And thank you for that. That's it for the announcements.
Yeah, that's gonna be it for the announcements. I know y'all probably got questions online. Just hold them. We're gonna get into this topic. We're gonna go right into this topic because I got a lot of scriptures. But real quick, why isn't Revelation talked about? And is the mark of the beast the microchip? I don't want to go into that. Hold off on that. I won't go into it. Is the mark of the beast? We'll answer this one question and we'll get into the class. Now, I want you to think outside the box and really, ask yourself, is the mark of the beast the microchip? Yes and no. It's not only the chip, but the mark of the beast is all the ways and philosophies and idolatry and ideology of Babylon, of America. So it's not just a microchip. Listen, they've been using microchips for GSM chips. That was considered a microchip. They've been using GSM chips since the 70s. Okay, they've been microchipping things and putting GPS trackers, and they've been doing that since the 70s, man. So ask yourself, did America just become wicked in the 70s? In the 80s? Did the world just become wicked in the 70s and 80s? No, it's not. That's not even American technology. That's not even American technology. So it's not just a chip. It's not just the chip. It's all the wickedness that is in America. Where is it at? And we did so many classes on this, but just go to Revelation 7 and verse 3 real quick. Go to the Revelations. Seven and verse 3, because no, it's not just a chip. Because think about it, is everyone going to be microchipped?
We already are.
Well, as far as microchip, I know what they're thinking, like, oh, they got to come and put a chip in your hand, because it tells you about that. I'm trying to find it. It's in Revelations.
It's Revelation.
Get that for me. I know what they're talking about. It's Revelations.
It's 13 and 16.
Revelation 13? Go there real quick. Go there real quick. Revelation 13. Yeah. Read that real quick. Revelation 13 and verse 16. Let's understand what it's saying. Go ahead.
Book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16.
Go ahead.
And he caused it all, both small and great,
Go ahead.
rich and poor, free and bond,
Right.
to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Go ahead.
Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell.
Right. So this mark in their right hand and in their foreheads, what is that talking about? Is that talking about they're gonna microchip your right hand and microchip your forehead? No, it was showing you about the works and the wicked thinking, and then putting it out through your doings. Your hand is what does the work. Your mind is what thinks on it. And it's funny because the class, we're going to kind of go into that. But what was it? It was the wickedness that a man thinks, and then now I'm putting my hand to it. It had nothing to do with they're going to microchip you in the forehead and microchip you in the hand. And they've been using microchips. Are we wicked because we have cell phones? Those run off of microchips. There's a bunch of microchips inside of a cell phone, and then they have the actual SIM card. How you think they GPS track you? There's a microchip in there that has a GPS tracker. How you think you're able to use Google Earth and Google Maps and Waze and all these different location positionings? They're microchips. Now, are we wicked because we use phones? Of course not, right? Unless you're using that phone to do what? Do wickedness, right? Now, read that one more time.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 16.
Go ahead.
And he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
So what it's letting you know is that no one it can avoid it. No one, if you're rich, poor, small, great, the wickedness can come from anyone. Right? This whatever the beast wants you to do, which is America. You could be poor, you could be small, you could be great. You wicked, you wicked. If you're indoctrinated by this society, anyone is susceptible, is what it's saying. Right? Go to Revelation 7 and verse 4.
Book of Revelations, chapter 7, verse 4. And I heard...
And this is how you know it's not a chip, because are the righteous going to be sealed with a chip? The wicked are going to be sealed with the mark of the beast, right? Are the righteous going to be sealed with a chip on the reverse end? Are they? Well, read.
Revelation chapter 7, verse 4.
Uh-huh.
And I heard the number of them which were sealed.
Which were what?
Sealed.
That's another word for mark. Having a mark is a seal. They were sealed in the mind, just like how this mark in Revelation 13 was talking about sealed in the mind. So the number of them that were sealed with a microchip, go ahead.
And there were sealed an hundred.
See, it don't say. Because the seal, as we go, is telling you the number of them that were sealed was 144,000. 12,000 from each tribe. Go to Ezekiel 9 and verse 4. 12,000 from each tribe. What were they sealed with, though? What were they sealed with? See, y'all got to be careful with this doctrine that the mark of the beast is some damn microchip only. That's part of it. That's part of it. When you think the mark of the beast ain't Christmas, you think the mark of the beast ain't celebrating New Year's and eating pork? You think that's not the mark of the beast? Like if you're doing these things, you don't have the sealing of America on you? You're sealed by America when you give into their philosophies. That's what it's saying. So on the reverse hand, it's showing that there was 144,000 that were sealed. Right? Y'all with me?
God.
Right? Give me the one. Go ahead. Go to Ezekiel 9, verse 4.
Book of Ezekiel, chapter 9, verse 4.
Right?
And the Most High said unto him, go through the midst of the city.
Go to what?
Through the midst of the city.
Right? Go ahead.
Through the midst of Jerusalem.
Read.
And set a mark upon the forehead.
Set a what?
A mark upon the forehead.
So was he telling Ezekiel to walk through the city and like write on their foreheads with a marker? He told them to get his Sharpie out and write on their faces? Is that what he was saying? Or let me guess, he was telling Ezekiel to go and get the microchip gun and shoot him in the head? Because here it goes again, that word mark. Right? Go ahead.
Of the men that sigh and that cry.
Wait, what was the mark?
Mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry.
Go ahead.
For all the abominations.
Wait, so you got the mark if you did what?
For all the abominations.
If you sighed and you cried for all the abomination. If you hated it, that was the mark. That was the seal when you hated wickedness. It wasn't, oh, go ahead and literally mark them on their foreheads. What that got to do with anything? It has nothing to do with anything. It was talking about the mark was in your conscience. The mark was literally in your mind, and then what you did, according to however you were sealed, is what works you were going to do. The sealing in the hand was talking about your works. Now, again, if I've been taught Christmas, New Year's, American history, if I've been battered down with American ideology, what am I going to do? I'm going to do the works of America. So my head is sealed with America's works, and then my hand is sealed, my right hand, because that's what's going to put forth the works. That's what that Revelation 13 and 6 was talking about. The thinking and then the works that come from the thinking. Right? So he said, set a mark on the men that cry and that sigh for the abomination. Why? Because they hate it. They hate the homosexuality. Right? They hate the pedophilia. They hate the drugs. They hate the holidays of America. They hate all the ideology and ideology. They hate it. So he says, set a mark on them. But how would you know who to choose? Or how you know, what men to set the mark on? Well, they were sighing and crying. They were speaking out against all the abominations of America. And at this time, these men were crying out against the abominations that were happening in Jerusalem. Go ahead.
That be done in the midst thereof.
That be what?
Done in the midst thereof.
Right. So it's just like us. Not counting myself as the number. We dare not count ourselves as the number, like Paul says. But we are crying out against the abominations that are done in the midst of America. Why? Because we're here. We got to wake our people up. So for right now, if you're doing that, you have that seal or that mark. Well, you could lose that seal. Think about how many men that cried out against America and then went and joined them. So the mark is not just some fictitious or even some physical thing. It's about a man's conscience. And what is his conscience going towards? What's in his mind? Is he conscious of the Most High? Or is he trying to be conscious of America or whatever filthy nation you live in? Remember, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So if you're trying to be about this earth, then you're off. And you got the mark of the wicked. You got the mark of the beast on you. Because the beast has polluted. Watch. Read on.
Verse 5. And to the others he said in mine hearing,
Right?
Go ye after him through the city, and smite. Let not your eyes spare.
What?
Smite.
He said what?
Smite.
Go ahead.
Let not your eyes spare. Neither have ye pity. Slay utterly.
Go here. That's it. Go ahead.
Slay utterly.
Do what?
Slay utterly.
Read.
Old and young.
Right, because just like it went back in Revelations, and it said, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor. Everyone is susceptible to the mark of the beast. But guess what? Everyone is susceptible to the mark, to the sealing of the Most High. It's about your spirit. Because how much wicked can a young person do? They're young, right? But what is their spirit like? What is their spirit like? Are old people going to be lining up trying to get a chip? Getting microchip? No, they're old. They ain't gonna be running through nursing homes microchipping 90-year-olds. But it was about their spirit. They had a wicked ass spirit. Guess what? He said slay old and young. What else?
Both maids and little children.
And little children, man. What wickedness can little children really perpetuate? Go ahead.
And women.
And who?
Women. women.
No, not the women because they're pretty, they're short and petite.
Women.
Nah, because she got nice brown hair and nice eyes and she's tender. Nah.
Women.
Yeah, you women, man, y'all better shake the hell up. Y'all acting like the Most High ain't gonna check y'all. Y'all acting like y'all gonna get off because y'all are, you 5 foot and you weigh 100 pounds. And you look good in them jeans. Like, the Most High don't give a damn about that. If your spirit is off, he's coming for you. Go ahead.
But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary.
And do what?
Begin at my sanctuary.
Yeah, it's going to start. He said judgment will start in the house of the Most High. You Israelites that know and that don't know. Like it says in Peter, he said judgment will begin at my house first. He's reiterating here in Ezekiel. He said start at my sanctuary. But don't touch the ones that are sealed, the ones that are literally crying out for the abominations, the ones that are standing up for righteousness. Go ahead.
Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house.
Right. And then they went through and did the business. Went through and handled it. But the mark of the beast is, I'm going to say this, and I said it earlier, I'm going to say it again. It's not just a chip. That is part of it. Okay, I'm not going to say it's not the chip, but it's not just the chip like some brothers be teaching, like, it's just the chip. What about all the wicked ass works that people do? What about the homosexuality? What about the drug abuse? What about the music? Some people are marked and sealed with wicked music. That's what they follow. So to think that it's just a chip, man, you're not, and I'm not talking about the person online, but this topic boils my blood because you got brothers out there that are really pushed that it's just a chip. And it's like, well, everything else ain't the mark of the beast. Everything else ain't wickedness.
Right.
It's not what the beast perpetuates. Remember, Babylon is the orchestrator of all wickedness. And it's like it says in the scriptures, it's like it says in Revelations, it's the cage of every unclean bird and spirit. Go there real quick. Revelations 18, verse 2. Can't be naive and we gotta look at what we're going through on a more circumspect level and not be so, oh, that's only it. That's how Satan gets you, man. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. But that's how he'll get you if you're just like, oh, it's the chip. And then all of a sudden somebody's dangling pork in front of you. You're like, oh, well, I don't got the mark of the beast. It's just pork. Or Christmas. Next thing you know, you're doing the mark of the beast. Read that, Revelations 18:2.
Revelations 18, verse 2.
Then we're going to jump into my class.
And he cried mightily
Read.
with a strong voice,
Come on.
saying, Babylon the Great is fallen.
Babylon the what?
Babylon the Great is fallen. Is fallen. And is become the habitation of devils.
It's what?
The habitation of devils.
Yeah, Babylon the Great, America, is the habitation of devils. So if devils inhabit this place, ain't it devilish works? Ain't it devilish works that are going to come out? And devilish thinking? Come on, read.
And the whole of every foul spirit.
And the whole of every foul spirit, go ahead.
And the cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Yeah, man. This is the nesting place for wickedness. America. And then it spreads out through what? Television, radio, music. When they let your favorite rapper go over to Europe and just indoctrinate. When you let your favorite rapper go on a tour to Africa and just indoctrinate the people. They be in China, Russia, just indoctrinating with wickedness. Right? Bringing all the hood trap music to a European country near you, right? To an African country near you. How you think they get all that? Well, because America's like, yeah, go here, indoctrinate them. Go here, go ahead, Obama. Go ahead and make sure that they all turn into faggots. Go ahead and spread the message of faggotry to all the nations. Spread the message of hate to all the nations. How do you think it gets there? Through our media, through our YouTube, all that. Why do you think countries like China is like, nigga, there's no Google over here. You're not Googling and YouTubing things. They put their people on lockdown. And we know it's not because it's wickedness, because they're wicked as hell too. But there's certain things they don't want in their country. So they're like, no, ain't no YouTube, ain't no Google. Y'all ain't operating here. What's up?
Speaking on what you mentioned about traveling and spreading the wickedness across the globe, I know this guy, black guy from New Jersey. When he visited different parts of Africa, they were like, "Oh man, have you ever met 50 Cent, man?" Like they thought the stereotype of a black man was 50 Cent.
Damn, like everybody was 50 Cent?
God.
Wow.
Like,
yeah, but that's what they think.
Yeah.
That's what they think. But then what happens is they get more exposure as more and more of these things go into their country. It's more exposure. You know? Watch, read on.
Con, verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine.
Some nations.
All nations have drunk of the wine.
This is why the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. This is why the earth is defiled by the inhabitants thereof. Because now all nations have drunk of America's filth. So when you want to talk about a mark, all the nations got the mark of the beast on them. If they're pushing homosexuality, if they're pushing oppression, if they're pushing abortion, what about abortion? That ain't the mark of the beast. You got chicks, man, that be in the hood getting 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 abortions. Abortion is like a second job to them. They can tell you the best time to go. How many weeks in and when it's going to be the cheapest without even calculating. They know. That's the mark of the beast, man. So it's not just a chip. It's like, I like what Mustafa said. Like they talk about the Antichrist. Like it ain't like thousands of Antichrists. Like some Israel ain't Antichrist. It ain't just Obama and Trump and the white man. Some of you niggas online is Antichrist. Because you're against Christ. You're against the word. All you Old Testament only, y'all Antichrist. So let's not be naive and try to shrink it down to one thing. No. Let's blow it up and look at it for what it really is. It's all the things that are around us, man. Read on.
Con. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Of her what?
Of her fornication.
Go ahead.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication.
Because if you're a fornicator, you got the mark of the beast on you. That's the bottom line. I like it. I'm gonna go right into my class. If you're a fornicator, you got the mark of the beast on you, man. If you popping from chick to chick and doing all the fornicating acts and serving other gods, the mark of the beast is on you. Go ahead.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich.
Read.
Through the abundance of her delicacy.
Right. So, again, let's not be naive. Let's not be narrow-minded. Let's look at it, man. America is the beast. America is the beast, man. And everything that America does contrary to the scriptures is the mark. If you're doing anything contrary, that's the mark. That's the mark of the beast. Go to Exodus. You changed the title? Go to Exodus. I'm going right into the class now. Go to Exodus. So we're going to deal with this fornication and serving other gods. And the title of this class is, What God Do You Serve? Because there's many gods out there, right? Khan? There's many gods. There's many gods. There's you got Belial, you got Ashtaroth, you got what else? I can't even think of it. You got Molech, right? You got Asmodeus, you got Lucifer, you got all these different gods that people worship. Ashtar and there's so many, man. It's sad. Allah, right? Go to Exodus 20 and verse 2.
God.
And let's establish What did the Most High command of Israel? Go ahead, read that. Exodus 20 and verse 2.
Exodus 20, verse 2.
Uh-huh.
I am the Most High,
Read.
thy power,
Come on.
which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
Read.
out of the house of bondage.
So, the Most High, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is establishing with us that this is why he's the power. This is why he's the only God that should be worshipped. Because he actually did something for your ass. I actually did something for you, like take you out of bondage, slavery, captivity. I parted the Red Sea for you. I gave the Egyptians 10 plagues while you were never harmed. He said, I'm that God. Go ahead.
Thou shalt have no other powers before
And
me.
you should have nothing else, no other power before me. Read.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image,
And you should not make any graven images. Why? Read.
or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above,
Uh-huh.
or that is in the earth beneath,
Go ahead.
or that is in the water under the earth.
Read verse 5.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them.
So he was saying, listen, these are the things that I did for you. I am the man. If you didn't know, you got to worship and serve me. And don't make graven images to bow down to them. I want to make that clear. When you read verse 4, you have to read verse 5 in the Ten Commandments. Because it wasn't just thou shalt not make graven images, that's it. It was to bow down to them. Everything is graven images, man. When we built the temple, it was graven images in the temple. We just weren't worshiping the lily work. We weren't worshiping the wood and the gold. We weren't worshiping that. So there were images and graven images in the temple. The Ark of the Covenant was a graven image. It had cherubims on it. It had angels on it. It was decked out with gold. But we weren't worshiping it. So when you read, thou shalt not have any graven images, make sure you read verse 5. It tells you why. Not to bow to them. Right? So the Most High established that we should have no other powers before him. Now, why is this significant? Jermaine, why is that important?
Oh, it's important because, man, like, say for example, if a person's bowing down to,
Give me the scripture.
it could be anything, like their woman, their
Right.
job. Like I even see it today that, like, you know, a certain player, they'll do a certain move, or a certain person, they'll do something, and then they'll be like, they'll do the, like, praising the person.
Right.
But it's not good because it's you're taking the glory of the Most High who created this thing, this image.
Right.
He's the only power, like Kanye said. Or
Right.
like
I'm
song.
the only power. Right. Go ahead. Read.
But yeah, because we're giving our spirit, our soul over to this,
To whatever it is you put
God.
before the Most High, right?
God.
Go to Romans real quick. And somebody asked, is Yahweh Hebrew or a Canaanite God? Well, if you talk about Yahweh is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which is the Hebrews. He's not the God of Ham. He didn't say that. Go to Exodus real quick. What?
3 and 6.
Go to Exodus 3 and verse 6. He said he's the God of what? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Not Yahweh. Or not the Canaanite God. The Canaanites, they had other gods. But it wasn't the God that delivered the Israelites out of Egypt. Read.
Exodus chapter 3 verse 6.
Come on.
Moreover, he said,
Read.
I am the God of thy father,
Read.
the God of Abraham,
Come on.
the God of Isaac,
Read.
and the God of Jacob.
Yeah, he's not the God of the Canaanites. He didn't do anything for the Canaanites but get us to destroy them. And try to have us get back our land from them, the land of milk and honey. He ain't doing nothing for Canaan. So, no, he is not the God of the Canaanites, Yahweh. He is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which are the Hebrews. All right, now go to what other scripture did I call?
Romans.
Go to Romans. Go to Romans 1. And you know,
Romans 8.
go to Romans. Let me get over here real quick. Yeah, I should have brought the tablet. Jermaine, see if Noah's using that tablet back there. If he's not, can you bring it with the charger, please? Let me jump up in here. Now, I want somebody to look up. I want somebody to look up fornication. He's using it? Okay, it's all good. I can rock with it. Without it. Somebody look up the word fornication.
Fornication. The incontinence.
Incontinence.
Incontinence a lot.
Or
Or lewdness of unmarried persons.
right,
Male or female.
right.
Also, the criminal conversation.
The what?
Criminal conversation.
Right.
Of a married man with an unmarried woman.
Go down to number 4.
Idolatry.
It's what?
Idolatry.
So fornication is idolatry. Cut dry and to the point. When you're idolizing something, go ahead, read on.
A forsaking of the true God.
Of the what?
True God.
Right, the one true God, which is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The God of these scriptures. Go ahead.
In worshiping of idols.
In worshiping of idols. Now, I know y'all are thinking, well, I don't worship idols. I don't have, I don't have a temple set up in my house where I'm burning strange incense to some other god. I'm not burning incense to Astaroth. I'm not worshiping and idolizing some strange god. What are you? But do we? Now, let's get some understanding. Fornication is idolatry of, or forsaking the Most High. Now, and then it has these other definitions of fornication, right? And we're going to go back to this. We're going to go back to the definition. It's a real good one. And it gives you a broad perspective on what fornication is. Because everybody thinks, like the church, they use fornication, right? Like, oh, you had sex with your wife, that's fornication. Nigga, that's marriage. Right? Or you sleeping around, that's just fornication. They're right. But that's not the only fornication. Damn. Half of these Christians are fornicators. Why? Because they idolize their job. They idolize their mama. They idolize their money. They idolize their car. They idolize their women. Right? They idolize some white Jesus. Idolize holidays and Christmas and New Year's. They idolize their children. You turn these things that are around you into an idol. Into an idol. Right? And anything can be idolized if you let it.
So at the first definition I read,
right?
It says, basically, if anyone that is a married man and an unmarried woman. So if both of the parties are unmarried.
Oh, we're going to get there.
Is that fornication? Okay.
We're going to get there. Oh, we're going to get there. Because hell yeah it is. Hell yeah it is. Hell yeah. I'm going to show you how. We're going to get there. I just wanted to establish and put it in the minds that fornication is idolatry first and foremost. So whatever you put before the Most High, even your own wicked garbage ass thoughts, your pride, that's idolatry and fornication. Okay? So how do we avoid fornication? How do we avoid it? What do you do?
Or you stay steady. You stay.
Give me a scripture. We hit it last night. In our little council, we hit it last night. Where we go? Who was paying attention?
We went to, I don't know if we pulled this one, but Psalm 119.
What you got? I want to see.
Psalms 119 verse 9.
Go ahead.
Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse?
No, not that one. That's talking about getting clean from sin. So it's a good one, but no. I'm saying, how do you prevent from even getting to that point?
Oh, that's right.
Yep. Right up in that red book. Go right up in that red book, baby. You there, Ecclesiasticus 39 and verse 1. Go.
Con. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most
Wait,
High.
his mind is on his mama?
His mind to the law of the Most
My
High.
mind on my money on my mind.
His mind to the law of the Most High.
Well, you know, my woman is God.
His mind to the law of the Most High.
See, you give your mind to the law of the Most High. Go ahead. Why? Read.
And is occupied in the meditation thereof.
Wait, he is what?
Occupied in the meditation thereof.
Because if I'm occupied in the meditation of the law, guess what? It's hard to stop meditating because there's so much. You'll never ever in this lifetime get the complete understanding of what the Most High is trying to show you. So you're always going to have to be meditating, saying, damn, what's the Most High trying to show me here? What's the Most High trying to show me here? Damn, let me link this precept with this precept. Damn, I just got a whole new understanding of what Genesis chapter 1 and 1 is saying. After 10 years of being in the Bible, it's like, damn, the Most High just hit me with a whole new understanding. That's how it's supposed to be. He said, read it one more time.
Ecclesiasticus 39 verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High,
right,
and is occupied in the meditation thereof.
Right, he's occupied in the meditation of the law. And does that mean that like he's just sitting there like, Ecclesiasticus 22 and 1, Exodus 20 and verse 2. No, it doesn't mean that. But what it means is this. Joshua chapter 1 verse 8, we ain't gonna go there.
Okay.
But what it means is this. Man, I'm going through something. But what does the law say? Well, the law says to counsel. The law says to miss not the discourse of the wise. The law says to bow my ear. The law says to shut the hell up and listen and get the counsel and get the understanding. That's what the law says. So when it says meditate in the law, it's not like, oh, I'm meditating on not eating pork. You passed that. You passed not eating pork. You should have been past that day one. But it's talking about the intricacies of how to keep yourself from harm's way. How do I know it's saying that? How do I know that that's what that's saying? Hold where you at. Go to Ecclesiasticus 33 and verse 27. Hold where you at, Jermaine. I want you to hold where you at. Ecclesiasticus 33 and verse 27.
33 and 27.
Ecclesiasticus 33 and verse 27. How do we know that the meditation is not just sitting in a dark corner of your room and humming scriptures to yourself, but it's to actually implementing what the law says? Read.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 33 verse 27. Send him to labor,
Right?
that he be not idle.
Yeah, give him an occupation. He that is occupied in something. So that he be not what?
Idle.
Because why? Read.
For idleness teacheth much evil.
Wait, what does idleness teach?
Much evil.
Idleness is going to teach you how to be an idolatrous, little non-grateful, two-faced Negro. That's what idleness teaches. It teaches you how to chase your lusts. It teaches you how to give in to your weaknesses. That's what idleness teaches. Being idle ain't good. Like, what you gonna do? Nothing. What you wanna do? Nothing. Like, nigga, you just wanna be nothing? The scriptures tell you about being happy being not happy and taking the plain way. Just being mediocre. It's like brothers and sisters want to be the mediocre alike. The mediocre light. Well, I'm not gonna apply no wisdom, no scriptures. I'm gonna go off my own understanding, but you want to be mediocre in that. The scriptures say to be occupied in the meditation of wisdom. And so that you don't learn evil. Read it one more time.
Send him to labor, that he be not idle. For idleness teacheth much evil.
Idleness teacheth much evil. Now, think about your life before you got into the work. Let's deal with brothers here. Before you actually had work, the work of the Most High to do, what the hell were you doing? Oh, I know. Weed smoking. Running around popping every chick. Laying on your couch all day doing nothing. Beating off. Thinking about nothing. Thinking about nothing about the nothing. Falling into the hole of nothingness. Getting in trouble. What were you really doing with your life before you got the work? Before somebody said, you know what? I'm going to send you to labor. I'm going to show you what the work of the Most High is. What were you doing? Living a life of torment and misery and nothingness, evil. And then you found the work, and it was like, oh, damn, this is how you stay out of trouble? Oh, damn, this is how you stay occupied? Wow. And then you left the work, got back into trouble. Got back on the work, safety. Left the work, back in trouble. Off the work, back into safety. But then you got brothers that got the nerve to tell people you ain't got to do the work. So you mean to tell me that you can just be idle and fall into evil? Is that what we promote? The scriptures say, send him to labor so that he not be idle. Meditate on the wisdom so you don't fall into mischief. Go ahead, finish it up. Not you, Jermaine.
Con, and is occupied in the law, in the meditation thereof.
Right?
Will seek out the wisdom.
He'll do what?
He will seek out the wisdom.
See, when you're occupied in the meditation of what the scriptures say, you'll know, well, let me get to work. Let me abide in my labor. Let me abide in my labor. And not just some fictitious Walmart work. This is talking about the work of the kingdom. This is talking about the ministering of the saints. That's what it's talking about. The work that all these camps put in, when they're on the streets, all the work that we put in to keep this school going, that's the work it's talking about. It ain't talking about some whack family business or working at Walmart or starting up your own thing for your own self. That's not what it's talking about. Yahweh Shai was the perfect example of that. Did he do his own thing? Did the apostles do their own thing? Drop what you're doing. Drop your own thing that you're doing, Peter, Paul, and all the other apostles, and come do this work. Right? I'm going to send you to labor a different way. So let's squash that old, well, yeah, I am working, huh? No, you're not. No, you're not. Because if that was the case, Yahweh Shai wouldn't say he that put his hand to the plow and look it back is not fit for the kingdom. So you mean to tell me that every time you quit a job, you ain't fit for the kingdom? Every time you go, if you worked at Walmart and then you switch from Walmart to Walgreens, it's like you took your hand off the plow? Is that what Yahweh Shai is saying? Nah, he ain't talking about the work in the world. He ain't talking about mechanic work and serving and waiting tables. He's talking about this work in the kingdom. So don't get it twisted. Like he's talking about working in Chili's. No. It's talking about the work that you've been doing. This labor. Finish it up. Go ahead.
Con. And be occupied in prophecies.
In what?
In prophecies.
So meditate and occupy yourself in prophecies. You know why? Because when them prophecies start hitting about your own life, it's like, where'd that come from? Because this Bible be prophesying brothers' lives. They're like, wait a minute, how'd I get hit with that? Well, you weren't occupied in the prophecies, bro, of your own life. Sorry, sis, you weren't occupied. You were occupied in being idle. And then you turn that idleness into some form of idolatry and fornication. Go ahead.
Con, verse 2.
Listen, when y'all are reading, don't say con, just read. It throws it off a little bit. Just read it. Go ahead.
He will keep the sayings of the renowned men.
He'll do what?
He will keep the sayings of the renowned men.
My mama said, read again.
He will keep the sayings of the renowned men.
Yeah, you're going to be keeping the sayings that are here in the scriptures. Not idolizing what your mom told you, what your dad told you, what your stepdad said, what your cousin over here said. Because that's a form of idolatry. Well, my mom had told me. Nigga, How many times is your mom gonna tell you and be wrong? And how many times is the scriptures gonna tell you and be right? And how many times are you gonna be dumb enough to follow the wrong way? Wow, like you idolize the words that come out of a person's mouth. The scriptures say, curses he that trusteth in man and make flesh his arm. You trusting in mama when you should be occupied in prophecy and what the word says. Moms ain't never did nothing for you, but show you wrong your whole life. Now all of a sudden, she gonna show you right. All of a sudden, right now, she got it. You better get back in this book. Better get back in this book because you're idolizing words, and that's a form of fornication. Read.
And where subtle parables are,
He
will be there also.
And that's why brothers fall and falter. You miss the subtleties, the subtle nuances of the Bible. You got the Isaiah 58:1, cry aloud, spare not. You got all those scriptures to keep your rib in check. Sis, get in order. Submit, blah, blah, blah. You got all that. But the soft answer turn away much wrath. But the Proverbs 2:11, discretion shall keep thee, understanding shall preserve thee. You ain't got those. You don't got the discretion scriptures. So you make mistakes. And it's like, well, you're missing the subtleties of the Bible. Those subtle scriptures. You got all the sledgehammers. Boom! You could knock a cat's head off with a scripture. Decapitate him straight away. You cut niggas in half with the scriptures you got. But what about the surgical maneuvers? You miss those. Why? Because you're not occupied in wanting to learn the nuances and the subtleties. It's all about the big hit. I got enough scriptures and enough ammo to get me through to battle with somebody, or just to keep my rib in check. That's not what it's about. Now from there, jump back to where you at in Ecclesiastes, right? 37, 27, 33, 27. Jermaine, get Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 3.
Start at 27.
Read verse 27. Read.
Send him to labor, that he be not idle.
Right, so why do you think we have businesses for brothers? We send them to labor so that they don't sit around the house twiddling their thumbs and twiddling their thoughts and idolizing their woman and idolizing the video game and idolizing this and idolizing that. Go ahead.
For idleness teacheth much evil.
Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 3.
There can no good man.
No, read it again.
There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil.
Yeah, there's no good that's going to come to a man, woman, or child that is occupied in evil. That's idle. No good comes. Because why? Where is the thoughts? Well, the thoughts are not on the wisdom. A man occupied in evil, where is his thoughts? Let's be real. Where is his thoughts at? His thoughts are, how do I please my flesh? How do I get this flesh appeased? Right? So when you got too much time on your hands and you should be at home studying, but you begging off with some random chick, going on dates and whatnot, you got problems at home, but you begging off with randoms.
Right.
You got problems at home. Your rib is out of order as hell, but you got the time to go spend with another out of order ass woman? Like, what sense does that make?
Zero.
But I'm wise. See, if you was wise, you'd be in this Ecclesiastes 39. You'd be all up in this book and saying, hey, wait a minute. You ain't trying to get right in the scriptures? Well, I'm not dealing with you. I don't got time to go kick it and drink and hang out. I got to go study. I got a wife at home that's off as hell, wicked as hell. I need to go study for her and get her spirit right.
My strength into that.
Yeah, let me put my strength into things that are beneficial. So, idleness, man. You start to reflect on the flesh. Go to Romans. Go to Romans 8 and verse 5. This is what idleness teaches, man. Evil. And we know that the flesh is evil. The flesh is what's evil. And that's what you start to cater to. Read it. Romans 8 and 5.
Book of Romans chapter 8 verse 5.
Go ahead.
For they that are after the flesh
Read.
do mind the things of the flesh.
Yeah, that's what you mind. If you after the spirit, guess what you're going to have your mind on? The spirit, the meditation thereof. You know how you know niggas is meditating on just stupidity? Go back to Ecclesiastes 39 and verse 6. This is how you know brothers do not meditate on scriptures. Stay where you're at, Major, in Romans. Jermaine, you go to Ecclesiastes 39 and verse 6. This is how you know brothers and sisters meditate on stupidity. Read.
Ecclesiastes 39 verse 6.
Read it.
When the great Lord will, he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding.
He shall be filled with the what?
The spirit of understanding.
Yeah, but this is how you know brothers don't meditate on wisdom. They meditate on going to the gym and and how many ribs they can have. Because your understanding is so darkened. You can't even break down the scriptures you post on Facebook. You posting scriptures on Facebook and breaking them down all wrong. Leading the flock astray, looking like a damn idiot. Read.
He shall pour out wise sentences.
He shall do what?
He shall pour out wise sentences.
No, sound like Rain Man.
He shall pour out wise sentences.
No, he's gonna sound like Afro Man. Because I got high. He said he shall pour out wise sentences. Read on.
And give thanks unto the Most High in his prayer.
Go ahead.
He shall direct his counsel.
He shall do what?
He shall direct his counsel.
No, I don't need to counsel with you, brother. You ain't got it.
He shall direct his counsel.
No, I don't need no counsel because I'm smart.
He shall direct his counsel.
He shall counsel. He's going to direct his counsel. Go ahead.
And knowledge.
And his what?
And knowledge.
See, it's all going to show forth. Your meditation shows forth in the way you talk, the way you handle yourself, and the things that you do. But if you're a dingbat, then guess what? You're going to talk like a dingbat. You're going to look like a dingbat. You're going to sound like a dingbat. Like a damn dunce head. Dunce in the knowledge, man. Read on.
And his secrets shall he meditate.
Read.
He shall show forth that which he hath learned.
And he shall do what?
He shall show forth that which he hath learned.
Yeah, you're going to show forth which you have learned. Now, you here 8-9 years and all you can show forth is the gym. What have you really learned? You here 4, 5, 6 years and all you can show forth is I still love R&B music. What have you learned? Like, you're supposed to be dedicated to the Most High. All you're really showing forth is that you're an idolater and that everything else is on your mind and the Most High is not. It said he's going to show forth what he learns. Read.
And shall glory in the law of the covenant.
Wait, he's going to take glory in what?
In the law.
In the gym.
In the law.
In a bunch of women.
In the law.
In money.
In the law.
In his kids.
In the law.
In himself.
In the law.
Read.
Of the covenant of the Most High.
See, that's how you know a cat is about the flesh, man. Damn fornicator. A fornicator in the flesh. This is how you know. I didn't say it, the Bible did. Right? So don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Take it up with God. If you got a problem. Go pray to Yahweh and ask him to remove the words. But he's not. You need to pray to Yahweh to have him change your damn outlook. Jump back to Romans.
Book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 5.
Read.
Verse 5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh.
Right.
But they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit.
And that's how you know who's after the spirit. He'll show forth the things that he's learned through his speech, through his actions, through his rib, through his kids, through his interactions. He'll show forth his knowledge. But remember, it says he that despises wisdom and nurture, his wife will be wicked, his kids will be wicked, he'll be wicked, his works will be unprofitable. Why? Because she's all about the flesh. Go ahead.
Come.
We'll take it to verse 8.
Come. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High.
Wait, you're not what?
In the flesh cannot please the Most High.
You're not pleasing to the Most High, man. If all you all about is the gym, if all you about is women, yourself, because what the flesh is allowing you to do is put things above the Most High. That's what the flesh allows you to do. Think about Israel in the wilderness. Every time they murmured, every time they cried, What were they doing? They were putting things above the Most High. They were putting things above his power. Like, yeah, that's not in your pay grade, Yahweh. You can't feed us. What the hell you brought us out here for? You can't give us to drink. What you bring us out here for, to kill us? That's above your pay grade, God. Like, ain't nothing above the Most High's pay grade. He is the pay grade, damn it. So for us to push the spiritual things to the side and say, yeah, I'm going to give myself to this over here because this is better. This is going to make me rich. This is what's going to feed my family. All this over here. But the wisdom says that wisdom buildeth the house. You can have all the damn money in the world. If you dumb as hell, what's the point? If all you're going to do is spend it on weed and liquor, then what's the point of having the money? Your kids are still going to starve. If you a damn weed head with money, you just a weed head. The hell are y'all talking about, man? So the wisdom is to get the money and know how to use it. Imagine if Solomon was a damn crackhead with all that money. He'd be spending all the money on crack. He wouldn't have built no temple or no house. When you got brothers that are damn weed heads and alcoholics talking about, I gotta go get rich. Like, bro, you're not gonna get rich because you're just gonna blow that money anyway. You're not even responsible with your money. What the hell are you talking about? You're not even responsible enough to hold on to your money to put it to where it needs to go. No responsibility, but I gotta go over here and chase money, brother. So you're a fornicator for money. Come on, we get that. Read on.
Come on. Verse 9. Mm-hmm. But ye are not in the flesh.
No, that's it. Go to that was verse 8, right?
Come on.
Go to Mark 8:33. Mark 8 and verse 33. Somebody else hold Philippians 3:18.
Come on.
So he said, those that mind the things of the flesh, that's what you're going to seek after. Go to Mark 8:33. Read that.
Book of Mark, chapter 8, verse 33.
Uh-huh.
But when he had turned about and looked on his disciples,
Right.
he rebuked Peter.
He did what?
Rebuked Peter,
Go ahead.
saying, Get thee behind me, Satan,
Uh-huh.
for thou savorest not the things that be of the Most High.
Right, because Satan is all about the flesh. He said, get thee behind me, because you savor us not. You're not looking for the things that the Most High is about, which are the spiritual things. Y'all see this? Go to Philippians. No, read on.
But the things that be of men.
But the what?
The things that be of men.
Man, what is man about? Man is about getting his rocks off, getting his belly full, and laying his ass down. That's what man is about. That's all man is about. How can I please myself or get pleased? Right? How can I feed the flesh in some way? How can I look dapper than Don? How can I get the big house? How can I get the full belly? How can I get all the ribs? How can I get a full pocket, big bank account? Those are the things that man savors. The natural, brute, beast, idiot man that don't care about wisdom because wisdom is foolish to him. Brotherhood is foolish. Unity is foolish. The works of the Most High are foolish. He don't care about the things of the Most High. He savoreth not those things. Those aren't savory to him. They don't taste good in his mouth. You know when something is savory?
Yeah, it's succulent.
It's succulent. It's like, damn, that smells. Damn, that's rich. It's savory. But the only thing that's savory to some cats is money, women, and the flesh. He said, you savorest not the things of the spirit, the things of God, but the things of man. Fornication, man. Read on. That's it. Go to Philippians 3:18.
God. Philippians 3:18.
Uh-huh.
For many walk, of whom I have told you often, and now tell you even weeping,
Right?
that they are the enemies.
They are what?
They are the enemies.
So when you savorest the thing of man, you're a what?
Enemies.
Come on.
Of the cross.
Yeah, you an enemy of the cross. If you savorest the things of man above what the Most High wants, you an enemy of the cross. And you're a fornicator and a damn idolater. Bottom line. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. You savorest what your mama's talking about over what the Bible says, man, you might as well go follow mama. If you savorest what your baby mama's talking about, what everybody else is telling you should do, then guess what? Go follow that, man, and see how far it's going to get you. But if you savor the things of the Spirit, follow the Spirit. Follow the love. Follow the charity. Follow the unity. Follow the brotherhood. Follow the sacrifice. Because that's what the things of the Spirit are. They ain't telling you to sacrifice in the world. You know why? Because sacrifice is not the things of man. They ain't telling you brotherhood in the world. You know why? Because brotherhood is not the things of man. They're telling you, you know how they convince you about brotherhood? We're your family. We're your family, baby. We're your family. They hit you with the word family and you get all weak in the draws.
Heart melt.
Your all damn little old soft ass heart melts when you hear the word family. You're like, oh, you are my family. But how come Yahweh Shai said, who are my mother? Who are my brethren? But them that do what?
The word.
That them that do the work. Not them that work at Walmart or work in the body shop. Them that do the work. Read it one more time. From the top, verse 18.
Philippians 3, verse 18.
Read.
For many walk, of whom I have told you often.
Right.
And now tell you, even weeping.
Come on.
That they are the enemies of the cross of Christ.
Read.
Whose end is destruction.
Well, whose end is what?
Destruction.
Yeah, because you savor is the thing of man. You savor is the carnal. You want to put things above the Most High, so you're about to be done, man. Read on.
Whose most high is their belly.
Whose power
is their
God, use the word God. Whose God is their what?
Is their belly.
Yeah, it's all about how do I feed myself. And it's not just food for you dingbats out there. It ain't for you dunce heads. It ain't just food. It's how do I fill my flesh? What verse you at?
19.
Did you finish it?
La.
Go ahead.
And whose glory is in their shame.
Whose glory is going to be their what?
Their shame.
Yeah, so you glory in that money. You put that money above the Most High, that's going to be your shame. Because again, if you're a weed head with money, you're just a weed head. You're a broke weed head. Sorry. Because you're going to be buying that weed and looking shameful. If you about your woman, she going to she going to put you to shame. Because you bowing down to her. That's a shameful thing. You about that car? Guess what? The Most High make sure that car break up. You gonna be on that damn bus, the big limo, the 18-wheel limo.
No.
Read on. Is that it?
Who mind earthly things.
Wait, they do what?
Who mind earthly things.
Yeah. All you mind is the earthly things. You gonna get destroyed by those same earthly things. I like. How come we don't get this? When the Most High said in Romans, he gave them up to the uncleanness that was in them. And then, look at it. Ain't that same uncleanness destroying those people? God. Yeah, it is. So you think that when you put something above the Most High, and he says, you know what? I'm going to let you have that. You think what? Oh, it's going to be all roses and dandelions? It's going to be all rainbows and Skittles? It's gonna be like a whirlwind, your destruction. Like it tells you in that Proverbs 1. When your destruction come like a whirlwind, because you wanted to fornicate with your damn woman and put her over the Most High, when you want to fornicate with your mama and put what she says over the Most High, you want to fornicate with your money and put that over the Most High, he's gonna let that be your end. Go to where we at? Go to Romans 8:13. Go to Romans 8, verse 13. What time is it? Dang. I'm already an hour in and I ain't even hit nothing.
Nope.
Con. Romans 8, verse 13.
Read.
For if ye live after the flesh.
If you what?
If ye live after the flesh.
Read.
Ye shall die.
Ye shall what?
Ye shall die.
Yeah, that's bottom line, point blank, and to the point. Period. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you live after the flesh, that's going to be your death. If you put things over the Most High, that's your death. And the sad part is those are going to be the things that kill you. You're going to die chasing money, man. Who said it? 50 Cent. Get rich or die trying? Nigga, you're going to die trying. You're going to die trying. Trust me. You're going to be chasing that money and you're going to be living paycheck to paycheck like, I got to get it. I got to get it. Let me go work an extra 40 hours in a week. Got to get it. Catch a damn heart attack trying to chase money. You're going to die with that old raggedy, wicked-ass woman in your house. You know why? Because you ain't teaching her nothing but evil-ass lessons. Brothers be teaching evil lessons to their rib and think it's going and then wonder why. Wonder why the relationship ain't good. Wonder why she got people coming to the house to fight you. Like, come on. Let's be real, man. Like, you really wise? Well, no, you want to put her above the Most High, so guess what? She's going to be your destruction. Read on.
But if ye, through the Spirit, do mortify the deeds of the body.
You do what?
Mortify the deeds of the body.
Because the deeds of the body are wicked. The deeds of the body want to do wickedness. Go ahead.
Ye shall live.
See, you got to kill the deeds. You got to kill what the body wants to do and do what the Spirit wants you to do. Because your body wants to serve itself. Your body wants to serve itself and serve the gods of the air. Your body wants to serve that lust god, that Asmodeus, right? The god of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Read on. Is that it?
15, verse 15.
No, that's it.
Come on.
So,
Or
no, not verse 14. Go to Major. Get Romans 7, verse 23. So, we gotta kill the flesh. But what's the problem with the flesh and the spirit? What's the problem with these two? The flesh and the spirit.
It's a constant conflict.
It's a constant battle, right? It's a constant war, but what does that mean? That because it's a war, I gotta lose?
Wow.
See, don't trick yourself like, yeah, it's a constant battle, like, see, I'm just weak. Okay, if it's a constant battle and you know that, won't you girt yourself to be able to fight?
Right.
Like, if I know that somebody's gonna come to my house and kick in the front door, guess what? I'm gonna be waiting there with the shotty, but the door's gonna be boarded up and fortified, and I'm gonna still be there with the shotgun. So when I hear that kick, boom, I'm blowing that door off the hinges with whoever's in front of it. I'm not waiting for him to come in. But some brothers like, yeah, it's a battle. And their weakness is women, and then it's like, yeah, I'm gonna just drive right down this and that and hang out right there by the Burger King. But it's a battle, I'm battling, bro.
God.
I had to drive down Bissonnette because I had to go that way. No, you didn't.
It's the only way to the
That's
house.
the only way to the house, I had to drive down the whole stroll. I'm looking at him. He's like, wait a minute, it wasn't me. But that's the thing. It's like you don't even try to avoid your battle. You're like, yeah, girl, what's your? Oh shit, she DM'd me. Excuse my language. She DM'd me. Oh, I gotta give in to that. Or oh yeah, he said this, or he said he got this from me. I gotta go give in to that. How about foreseeing the evil? That's what a wise man does.
God.
It says a wise man foreseeth the evil. Well, my mama said, well, you knew your mama was going to say, because she's been saying for the past 8 years, you need to leave them Negroes. You need to leave them. You need to leave them. You need to leave them. But guess what? Every time you left them, where was mom's at? She wasn't there picking up the pieces. She wasn't there picking up the pieces, man. Every time your family told you to step off and put the work down, they wasn't there to help you. So now when you go kick it with moms and you go have your little spa day, it's like, well, you know, son, if you just leave them, I'll help you. I'll do this and I'll do that.
That sounds real familiar.
I'll do this and I'll do that. You should have been like, get thee behind me, Satan.
God.
You savor us not the things of the Lord. But you were like, damn, Mom, you're right. You got a point there, Mama.
Yeah.
Dear Mama.
Dear Mama.
Right? Because that's Mama.
It's crazy because when I came in, my mom would always tell me, like, if you leave, you can wear pants again. Or
Wow.
If you leave, like, I'm like, Mom, seriously, you're going to bribe me with wearing pants?
Yeah. Yeah. But that's Satan.
Like,
That's Satan.
Wear pants again.
Oh, yeah. Listen, and some get bribed with less.
Yeah.
Some get bribed with less. Like, if you leave them, I'll pay you. But you ain't going to get paid more than what we paying. We'll pay you money. We get paid money too, but we got spiritual riches also.
Yeah.
Like you could be with your family. Oh, the same ones that taught you to eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, how to be hateful, they didn't give a damn when you were a weed head. That same family? Oh, okay. So that's more beneficial than being around brothers that's, hey, how's your family? How's your spirit? How's your rib? How's your kids? Let's make sure this, and this to keep things in order. So the battle that brothers be trying to portray like, yeah, it's a battle. No, it's not. It's you being weak, fake, and double-minded and not really warring. There is a battle. There is a battle for some. Because some really be catching it, man, and really trying to fight and throw jabs and duck and block and really go through their battle and armor themselves up for the battle. But some don't. You use the battle as an excuse to fall. You go into battle and fall on your sword, that ain't a battle. That ain't a fight. That's you giving up. Read Romans 7:23.
Romans chapter 7, verse 23. But I see another law in my members.
Read.
Warring against the law of my mind.
So there's a battle in the members, right? In the flesh, warring against the spirit in your mind. Warring against the law. Go ahead.
And bringing me into captivity
Read.
to the law of sin.
Read.
Which is in my members.
See, because that's where the sin comes from. It comes from the flesh. Remember, he said, the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin. This is what Paul said. He said the law is spiritual, holy, and good. But we're carnal. So the members, that's where the sin resides. The flesh always wants to do something wicked, man. The flesh always wants to do something garbage. And the spirit is like, damn, I know I shouldn't do this. I know I shouldn't do this. And if you're strong enough, you'll fight. And you won't give in to the flesh. Go to James 4, verse 1.
Oh, so you'd be afraid.
Yeah, you should be. Some niggas ain't. Some niggas ain't afraid. They're prideful. They're prideful as hell. Like, yeah, I'm good. I'm going to just do this and I'm going to just set up a prayer. Or, yeah, the Most High don't see me. The brother, no. The brothers ain't going to never know. The brothers ain't never going to know. Like, that man only feareth the eyes of man. And not realizing that the Most High's eyes are 10 times brighter than the sun. There's an angel sitting right next to you, watching you do your filth and taking account of the wicked ass thoughts in your head. Mm-hmm. Read James 4:1.
James 4, verse 1. From whence come wars and fightings among you?
Where does these wars and fightings come from? Go ahead.
Come they not hence, even of your lusts?
Even of your what?
Even of your lusts.
Where is the lust? Go ahead.
That war in your members.
You see that? It's because your members, the body is like, man, I need this. I gotta feel this. The body be yearning. Your body's calling me, right? The body be calling, like R. Kelly.
Body yearning.
Body be yearning for certain things, and if your mind ain't strong, the mind just gives in, like, oh yeah, I'll eat that triple meat with a double meat with an ice cream. Or yeah, I'll lay with her. It looks right. She looks alright. Or I'll talk to that, or I'll deal with that, or I'll drink this, or I'll run to this over here because it looks good. The body yearns, man, and the law, in the mind and the spirit is like, no, don't do that. But a lot of times we create our own little fictitious battle in our head, like, yeah, see, the brothers, they're stopping me from getting this and that, and you know, I gotta do this and this for my family. And then you create this garbage war. Like, it's really a battle. Like, niggas ain't doing the same thing you doing to feed their families. But for some reason, your family is just different. Like, brothers ain't sacrificing and giving up, and their families are still eating. For some reason, your whole situation and circumstances are just totally different. So you create this garbage war, and you give yourself a reason to fall. From there, read on. No, they warring your members. Go to Galatians 5:17. Go to Galatians 5:17. Somebody else get 1 Peter 2:11. Galatians 5:17. Because, yes, it is a battle.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 17. For the flesh lusted against the spirit.
The flesh lusts against the spirit. Read.
And the spirit against the flesh.
And the spirit lusteth against the flesh. Go ahead.
And these are contrary.
They're what?
Contrary.
The spirit and the flesh are contrary. Until what?
The one.
No. The spirit and the flesh are contrary until what?
To one win.
No. No. The spirit and the flesh are contrary until you mortify the deeds of the flesh and bring it into subjection of the spirit. Meaning, my mind now controls the situation and not my Peter. Not the little pink thing between my legs controls me, but my actual brain controls me.
Big head.
Yeah, I'm going to think with the big brain, right? Not the little brain, the big brain. So the flesh, there's always going to be a contrary with the spirit until the spirit whips everything into alignment. Read on.
Con. And the one to the other,
Right?
so that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
Right, go ahead.
But if ye be led of the Spirit,
Right?
ye are not under the law.
Right, so go to 1 Peter 2 and verse 11. So we're seeing that they're contrary. It's going to be contrary against one another. But, again, when do they stop being contrary, and can they? Of course they can. You don't have to run to every lust. You don't have to fall to every youthful lust out there. And brothers and sisters aren't falling to every lust. If you did, you'd just be way out the way. 1 Peter 2 and verse 11.
1 Peter 2, verse 11.
Right?
Dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts.
No, give in.
Abstain.
No. Make provisions for the flesh.
Abstain from fleshly
The
lusts.
scriptures tell you to abstain from fleshly lusts. Abstain from the things of man. Now, does that mean like you got to be broke and never have money? Let's not be naive. Let's not be dunce. That's an old Jamaican word for dumb.
Yeah.
Don't be dunce.
Dunce caption.
Yeah. Don't be dunce or dense, they say in America. Empty-headed or thick-headed.
Thick-headed.
Let's not be naive. Is it saying like, oh, if you getting paid, then you're just out the spirit? No. But if that's the only thing on your mind, then you savor the things of man. I gotta chase the bag. You might as well tattoo on your forehead, I gotta chase the bag. Get the bag. That's your new slogan. If you chasing women, money, hoes, and clothes, all the nigga knows. That should be tattooed out on the chest, right here, right above your right nipple. It's real. It's real because he's saying abstain, right? Is he saying you can't have a woman that can't have money and can't eat food? No. But what he's saying is that shouldn't be the thing that motivates and pushes you. And why you fight, like I gotta go get it for my family, man. My wife, I gotta get it for her. I die for her. You don't want to die for Christ? You don't want to, no, excuse me. You don't want to live for Christ and sacrifice for Christ?
Be that living sacrifice.
And be that living sacrifice? But I'll die for my woman. I'll die for them babies. You ready to give up for something that ain't even here yet? So the question I asked earlier, how do you get the spirit and the flesh to no longer be contrary? Go to Colossians 3 and verse 2. This is how you do it.
Can we finish?
Oh yeah, did we not?
Just a little bit. It says,
Go ahead, start from the top. My bad, I'm off.
1 Peter 2:11.
I'm out the spirit. Read.
Dearly beloved, I beseech you, as strangers and pilgrims,
Come on.
abstain from fleshly lusts,
Read.
which war against the soul.
It wars against the what?
Against the soul.
Yeah, these youth, it'll be youthful. You still chasing the bag, nigga? You was never rich. Your bag wasn't even full in the world. But all of a sudden now you about to get rich? Or you about to have enough? Or more than enough to make it? No, the Most High is not going to make it like that. We got to see it like if you didn't get it out there, how you going to get it out there now? You were getting it here. Because it wasn't just about the things of man. It was things that you were getting things of man and things of the spirit. Through the spirit. The spirit was showing you how to get the things of man lawfully. And not let the things of man overtake you. All things are lawful, but not all things are expedient. I will not be brought under the power of any. What's that?
There's a question online.
Is the question on the topic?
It says, what does the Spirit want to do?
What does the what?
Spirit want to do.
What does the Spirit want to do? What do they mean by that? The Spirit wants you to live holy. What does the Spirit want you to do is not chase the flesh. That's why it's a war. The Spirit wants you to savor the things of the Most High. The Spirit wants you to attain spiritual gifts, love, peace, charity, right? Long suffering, sacrifice. Let me not do my hands like that. They might say I'm the Illuminati. That's what the Spirit wants. Remember, the scriptures say the Spirit makes intercession for us to the Most High with groanings that you can't even utter. Why? Because the Spirit knows best. We don't know a damn thing. We chase what looks good and what feels good, and the Spirit's like, no, this is what you need. So the Spirit wants us to have the things that we need for life and peace. Our flesh chases the things that just look, feel good, taste good, smell good, and that brings chaos and destruction. If you're after the flesh, you're going to savor the things of the flesh. If you live after the flesh, you'll die. So the Spirit wants life. Where we at?
1 Peter 2.
Go to Colossians 3 and verse 2. So how do we get the Spirit and the flesh to no longer be contrary? How do we get the flesh to no longer idolize the things around it? Because that's what it all boils back down to. We didn't lose the topic. It boils down to this idolization of what my mama said, what my grandmama and them said, what my auntie them said, what, the things that they're offering me, the money, the cars, the hoes, the clothes, the food. You start to idolize those things and no longer look at what the Most High wants. How do we get these things realigned? Colossians 3 and verse 2.
Colossians chapter 3, verse 2.
Uh-huh.
Set your affection on things above.
See, you got to set your affections on what the Most High wants. You got to reestablish your mind, your thoughts, and your actions. You got to get back in the meditation of the law. You got to get back in the counsel. You got to get back in occupying your mind in prophecy, studying. Some of y'all don't even study this. Some of y'all don't even study for the right reasons, man. Like I'm just studying to keep my rib in order. That's it. All you got is like 1 Peter 3, Titus, Ecclesiastes 25, Ecclesiastes 26, and Ecclesiastes 32. That's all you got? Damn. Okay, well, what about yourself? You study to keep your rib in order, but you out of the Spirit always. So all you got is that for her. But what about all the demons that's gonna come hit you? Read on.
Not on things on the earth.
Not on what?
Things on the earth.
Now again, get thee behind me, Satan, because you savorest not the things of the Most High. He said, set your affections on the things that are above. Like what? Somebody give me an example. Money? Money? We're going to be chasing money in heaven?
Wow.
We're going to be chasing women in heaven? I know damn well I'm not. I'm in the kingdom chasing money. Y'all are chasing women. Y'all are tripping. They better come chase me. As bald as I am and weird looking, they better come chase me.
You have hair in the kingdom, huh?
I'm going to have hair in the kingdom though. What we going to be chasing? Money? Kids? Gym time? What we going to be chasing? Our pride? So why are we doing it here? Think about it. If you do it here, you will never be in the kingdom. What the? If you're chasing the earthly things, you're not going to get to the Spirit. You're supposed to be chasing, how do I serve my people? How do I give myself for my brethren? How do I become a better minister? How do I be more hospitable? These are the things, setting your affections on things above. Not telling somebody like, oh yeah, you ain't got to do the work, baby. We're good. We ain't got to do that. We don't got to do the things that are above. We can just set our affections on drinking and partying and hanging out and going to the gym and eating good. How you gonna make it? Like, somebody answer me that. The gym is gonna get you to the kingdom?
Yeah. When I was looking up affection, it says desire.
Desires,
So,
affections.
It links to a precept Shathak was hitting me with when I first got in here.
Uh-huh.
in Psalm 37:4.
Read it.
It says, "Delight thyself also in the Most High,
Did you steal my scripture? No, you didn't. Go ahead.
and he shall give thee the desires or affections
Uh-huh.
of thine heart."
Of thy what?
Of thine heart.
Yeah, but see, brothers do it the backwards. They're like, no, I want the affections of my heart, and then the Most High comes second. Sisters be like, no, I want that husband, girl, and I'm going to follow him all the way into hell. And I'll do the Most High's work second. Like, what the hell are you talking about? That's why I say some of y'all are like dunce, because you'll follow a man to destruction because he's your husband. When you should be following what Christ wants. Yeah, we ain't got to do that. No, that right there, we ain't doing that. That kingdom stuff, we ain't doing that. But we gonna kick it, me and you, girl. We gonna kick it over here. I'm gonna give you the scriptures all wrong and backwards and upside down and wrong understanding. Chop and screw it, and then we gonna make it, girl. Watch. While you still be a damn demon on Facebook, cussing people out, putting people's business out there, you can do all that, babe, and we gonna make it into the kingdom. Watch. I guarantee it. And then she's like, yes, me Lord. You're right, me Lord. All the way, you're going to ride or die all the way in the damn hell. Because why? You idolize this man over what the Most High wanted. You put this man up as your damn God. I can see if it was righteous, whatsoever you do wholeheartedly unto the Most High and not unto men. We idolizing this man because he's what you always wanted in life. His physical. His physical is what you always wanted in life. There you go, idolizing again. Read on.
Come on. For ye are dead.
You are what?
Dead.
He said, read verse, where we at?
We at verse 3.
No.
Read verse 2.
Set verse 2, read verse 2, and somebody go to Psalms 91.
Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth.
Go ahead.
For ye are dead, and your life is hid with Yahweh. With Yahweh Shai.
No. So you read verse 2. Somebody go to Psalms.
Oh.
Somebody go to Psalms. What did I say? Psalms 91 and verse 14.
Come. Psalms chapter 91 verse 14.
Go ahead.
Because he had set his love upon me.
Go ahead.
Therefore will I deliver him.
Therefore what?
I will deliver him.
Read on.
I will set him on high.
But you got to set your love on the Most High, man. Because anything else, you're going to be a base nigga. You're going to be at the bottom of the totem pole. Read.
Because he had known my name.
Right, because now I didn't idolize and fornicate with all these other gods. My car god, my woman god, my money god, my mama god. The Most High said, I'm going to put you on high. Read. Read verse 15.
Come.
You're going to go to 16.
Come. He shall call upon me.
On his money.
On me.
Mama.
Upon me.
His wife.
Upon me.
Read.
And I will answer him.
Why do you think you don't get answered when you put everything before the Most High? He ain't answering you, man. He's like, deal with that. I'm going to give you up to what you want. Go ahead.
I will be with him in trouble.
I love it. Read on.
I will deliver him.
Uh-huh.
And honor him.
Read.
With long life.
Uh-huh.
Will I satisfy him.
Read.
And show him my salvation.
This is what the Spirit wants. But the flesh is like, okay, destruction, death, torment, confusion. Y'all got so much confusion in y'all's houses, and you like really thinking like, yeah, I'm wise. But you got chaos and confusion and Satan. He sits on your couch, he puts his feet on your coffee table, and he smokes a cigarette. And he uses your Netflix password. And you talk about you wise? Satan is your roommate. Satan is your roommate, man. And you swear up and down like you got it. Because you don't savor the things of the Spirit, man. You chasing that flesh, so Satan's like, yup, keep it going. When you go to the gym, he breaks into the house. And he's just there eating up all your food. he like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Is it Goldilocks?
Yeah.
The Three Bears? Yeah.
He does like Rick James.
Yeah, he stomp on your couch with money boots. Yeah. But he don't leave though. Because then he just jumps into your rib and kicks it in her spirit. Then he jumps in you and kicks it in your spirit. Then he jumps into the kids and they become demons. He don't leave. He don't leave, man. He just be kicking it, making a home. A house is not a home, right? He on some Luther Vandross.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, man, this is a house, but it ain't a home until I'm here. Go to Colossians 3 and verse 3. Go back. Colossians 3 and verse 3.
Colossians chapter 3, verse 3.
Go ahead.
For ye are dead,
Read.
and your life is hid with Christ in Yahweh.
Yeah, but some of us don't want to die. Some of y'all want to live so much you'll chase the flesh. It says Christ is your life. Watch. Read on.
When Christ, who is our life,
Who is our what?
our life,
He's our what?
our life.
Yeah, but not for some. Chasing money is your life. Chasing women. Chasing the riches. Fornicating with America is your life. Go ahead.
Shall appear.
Uh-huh.
Then shall ye also appear with him in glory.
Go ahead. Read on.
Mortify therefore your members.
So how do we get the spirit and the flesh aligned?
Mortify therefore your members.
Go ahead.
Which are upon the
Now,
earth.
what is it talking about that comes from the members? Read.
Fornication.
Which is what?
Fornication.
Idolatry. Serving other gods. Go ahead.
Uncleanness.
Read.
Inordinate affection.
Right. Inordinate affections. Your homosexuality. Read on.
Evil concupiscence.
Evil concupiscence. Look up the word concupiscence. Read on.
And covetousness.
And what?
Covetousness.
Which is what? Read.
Which is idolatry.
Go to Romans 6:13. Somebody get that word concupiscence. Romans 6 and verse 13.
Romans chapter 6 verse 16.
13.
13. Neither yield ye your members as instruments of unrighteousness unto sin.
Go ahead.
But yield yourselves unto the Most High.
Wait. Yield yourselves to what the world is saying.
Unto the Most High.
Concupiscence, a strong sexual desire, lust. Evil, strong sex desires. Evil lusts, man. Go ahead.
As those that are alive from the dead.
Right, come on.
And your members as instruments of righteousness.
Wait, your instruments are instruments of what?
Righteousness.
Of wickedness.
Righteousness.
Wait, I got my hand out for the bag.
Righteousness.
Go ahead.
Unto the Most High.
Jump down to verse 6.
Knowing this, that our old man is crucified with him.
Go ahead.
That the body of sin might be destroyed.
See, this is how you do it. You got to set your affections to destroy the body of sin and align it with the spirit. Because the spirit wants life. The body, the members, the mortality, it wants death. Go ahead.
That henceforth we should not serve it.
We should not serve sin. Right. So go back to the definition of fornication. So we got a little basis. Fornication, idolatry, right? Now let's go to fornication. Go back to that definition.
The incontinence. The incontinence.
Incontinency.
Incontinency.
Or
lewdness.
Meaning incontinent is the lack of control of your bowels and lack of self-restraint. So fornication is the lack of self-restraint. Incontinency. Remember, when you go into an apocrypha and it says a woman's continent mind, nothing is better than a woman's continent mind, a mind that is self-restrained. So incontinent means lack of self-restraint. Go ahead.
Or lewdness.
Or lewdness, read.
Of unmarried persons.
Of what?
Unmarried persons.
Right, so now we're about to get into this part. So we dealt with the idolatry part. Now we're going to get into other types of fornication. It says the lewdness of unmarried persons. You asked, basically, how can two unmarried people commit fornication? Well, when two unmarried people lay with each other and don't consider themselves married, that's fornication. That's exactly how that goes down. Now, how does a married man commit fornication with a unmarried woman? When he lays with her and that's not his wife and he moves on, fornication. Sexual lewdness. Watch, read on. It's going to tell you.
Male or female.
Right?
Also, the criminal conversation of a married man with an unmarried woman.
Why does it say a criminal conversation?
So I feel like it's something that you're trying to
bring it out.
Something that you're planning that's obviously against the law.
Yeah, because all you're doing is planning to hit it and bounce. A criminal conversation meaning, yeah, girl, let me see what that thing be like.
Right.
And all you want to do is see what that thing be like. You don't want to see how you can get her spirit right.
Right.
Right? You hit it, you lay with her, you talk about it, and then you leave. I got another part of that definition. Sexual intercourse between people, sexual intercourse between people not married to each other. Now, that's not saying, I want y'all to be real understanding, and I'm going to be real clear. Sexual intercourse between people that are not married to one another or don't have the intention to marry. Because you might meet a woman, you do the betrothal, you do all that, y'all ain't married until you lay down. But if your intention is not to marry, then you're fornicating. That's sexual fornication. Physical. Right? Go to Romans 1:28.
Romans. Come on.
So, who is it that falls to the fornication? Who is it that falls to this? Go to Romans 1:28.
Romans chapter 1, verse 28.
Because we know it's the carnal mind, right? But it's not just a carnal mind, it's this mind. Read.
And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge,
right?
The Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind.
Yeah, it's a reprobate. You know the brother or sister that you constantly just counsel and you constantly give them the wisdom, and they're like, yeah, it didn't work. But it's like, did you use it for more than 5 minutes? Did you try the counsel for more than 5 minutes? Did you try it for more than a day? Did you fight? Did you long suffer? Did you come back and counsel when you felt like you was getting weak? No, it just didn't work, brother. I didn't, like, what? Reprobates, man. They reject. Go ahead.
Come on. Invent, Salakia.
To do those
to
things.
do those things which are not convenient.
Go, read verse 29.
Being filled with all unrighteousness.
They're filled with what?
All unrighteousness.
Go ahead.
Fornication. Wickedness.
Read.
Covetousness.
Read.
Maliciousness.
See, all these spirits are in this person. Fornication, covetousness, wickedness, maliciousness. Read.
Full of envy.
Right, because a fornicating man is like, man, I want her, her, and her. Envious, man. Covetous. I need them all. I need all the women's. The women's is. Read.
Murder.
Come on.
Debate.
Read.
Deceit.
Malignity. Read.
Worshippers.
Whisperers.
How many Salakia?
Whisperers. Go to 1 Corinthians 6 and verse 9. This is who falls to that spirit, man. That spirit of fornication. 1 Corinthians 6 and verse 9.
1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 9.
Right, read.
As unknown and yet well known.
1 Corinthians 6 and 9.
Salakia. 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High?
Because unrighteous is just a blanket statement. Well, let's narrow it down to what unrighteous niggas he's talking about. Read.
Be not deceived.
And do not get it twisted. He should have said, don't get it twisted. Like a Jew. Don't get it twisted, homeboy. Chasing your mama ain't gonna get you into the kingdom. Chasing your woman ain't gonna get you into the kingdom. Chasing your man that's telling you not to chase the Most High ain't gonna get you into the kingdom. He gonna tell you, watch, read.
Neither fornicators.
Neither what?
Fornicators.
What is fornication? It's idolatry. It's putting something over the Most High. So if the scriptures say to do the work, and your husband's like, no, and you follow that, who you putting over the Most High? His whack-ass thoughts, right? His whack-ass wisdom, right? His pride now takes precedence over what the Bible says. Right?
God.
Right, read on.
Nor idolaters.
Come on.
Nor idolaters.
Not right, adulterers. Go ahead.
Nor effeminate.
Right, so we know about the effeminate, a man with female traits becoming a woman. Go ahead.
Nor abusers of themselves.
Whoa. Users of themselves. Read. I want y'all to think about that one. Read.
Themselves with mankind.
Right, go ahead.
Nor thieves.
Right.
Nor covetous. Nor drunkards.
So if you drunk as hell, you in the gym, you like in the gym just drinking vodka all the damn time, you ain't making it into the kingdom, man. You constantly drunk every night, you need a nightcap, you ain't making it. Because your thoughts are clouded. It says, be not filled with excessive wine, but be filled with the Spirit. So how do you fill with the Spirit if the spirits and demons in that bottle are overtaken? And how do you know? You see it in a person's actions. Yep. You see it in a person's actions, man. Y'all actions give it away. I don't care how much you flow through these doors and salute all soft. I don't give a damn. Your actions behind the scenes show it. I don't care how powerful you come in here and salute. Your stupidity is shown through your actions. Read.
Nor revelers.
Read.
Nor extortioners.
Come on.
Shall inherit the kingdom of the Most High.
Read verse 11.
And such were some of you.
And such are still some of you. Some of y'all are still like that. Your actions tell it. The way you talk tells it. Hands up, don't shoot. Put your gun on safety. Yep. But the way you move, the things you talk about, you're still that. Read.
But ye are washed.
And some of y'all are still dirty. And we're all filthy. But some of y'all are just like wallowing in the mud. Like, yeah, girl. The mud of fornication. Ugh. Read. Read on.
But ye are sanctified.
Read.
But ye are justified in the name of Yahushua Mashiach.
Not all of y'all are justified, because not all of y'all are doing the justifiable works. Not everyone's doing the justifiable works. Some of y'all are still this filthy little demon that you came in as. Go to Galatians 5:19. Go to Galatians 5:19.
Galatians chapter 5 verse 19.
Go ahead.
Now the works of the flesh are manifest.
They see, the works of the flesh, they manifest through the flesh. I'm going to keep saying it. The Bible says it. They manifest in the way you talk. They manifest in the way you walk, in the way you think, in your actions. So it doesn't matter if you try to hide with, you try to hide behind the hair wrap and a damn skirt. By the way, Lamad, you try to hide behind all that, it don't matter. The actions show forth. So that the works of the flesh are manifest. Go ahead.
Which are these?
Go ahead.
Idolatry.
Idolatry, go ahead.
Fornication.
See, the fornication comes out. Notice how fornication is in all these. Because it's a work of the flesh. These are the things that men savor. Go ahead.
Uncleanness.
Read.
Lasciviousness.
Super lust. We don't call that super lust. Go ahead.
Idolatry.
Read.
Witchcraft. Hatred.
Read.
Variance.
Come on.
Emulations.
Read.
Wrath.
Now, who in here is a witch? Nobody, right? You might as well be. You fornicate. Might as well just slide on over into witchcraft, right? Or witchery. Why not? They all going hand in hand, as the Bible is showing us. Right? Who in here is a idolater? Who in here commits adultery? Well, shit, why not? You fornicating? Why not? Right? I mean, I'm just saying. Who in here is a murderer? Oh, no. Well, you might as well just pick up the knife and just start killing people.
Slit throat.
You might as well. They're all the same, right? Go ahead, read, man.
Wrath. Strife.
Right?
Sedition.
Come on.
Heresies. Envyings. Murderers. Drunkenness. Revelings. And such like. Of the which I tell you before.
Hold on real quick. Let me look it up on my phone because I need light and your phone's small and I like my eyes. Let me see here. Let's see here. I want to see what is it, a comment or a question?
It's a comment.
Oh, it's a comment. Let me see here.
Oh.
Let's see. I have to pause for this one. pause real quick. Let me scroll up. That's not right to tell a woman not to follow her husband. Okay, I'm going to read this loud. That's not right to tell a woman not to follow her husband. That's her covering. 1 Peter 3:1 shows that. Okay, so how is she covered if her husband is... Let me finish reading it real quick. If he is off, the Most High will correct him. So, again, I need y'all to distinct. If a man is telling a woman to be a crackhead, she's supposed to follow that? He's telling her to do drugs, she's supposed to follow that? He's putting her on the block, she's supposed to follow that? He's her covering? How is she covered in him telling her to do something that's out of the spirit? That's why y'all relationships be failed. That's why they don't go past 6 months. Because you niggas don't know what the hell are y'all talking about. That's why the relationships that when y'all get into them, they crumble. Because you think you can just lead them any old way. Like, I'm going to lead this way, but how come it don't last? That's all you got to ask yourself. How come the relationships don't last? If they're not being led in Christ and everybody conforming to the order of Christ, then that man is not qualified for 1 Peter 3:1. It says, husbands, dwell with your wives according to knowledge. Not according to my lust or what I want. It says, dwell with them according to knowledge. Go there. Actually, we ain't got to go there. I'm not going to get off topic. It says, dwell with your wives according to knowledge. So where is the knowledge in telling your wife to do something that's off? I got one for you. I got one for you. I'm going to go here real quick. I got one for you real fast. Man. Brothers, I love it though, man. Again, you can see a man. It all plays out, man. It all plays out. Go to Ecclesiastes 4:22. Let's see if you're supposed to follow anybody in the wickedness. Ecclesiastes 4:22.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, verse 22.
Read it.
Accept no person against thy soul.
What?
Accept no person against thy soul.
No, accept everyone.
Accept no person against thy soul.
Go ahead.
And let not the reverence of any man.
And what?
Of any man.
Of who?
Of any man.
Go ahead.
Cause thee to fall.
So again, are you supposed to follow your husband because he's leading you to crack? Because him leading you away from the work is just as good as him leading you to crack. He might as well. He might as well light the crack pipe for you. Come on. Y'all don't get it, man. Y'all don't get it. Anyway, let's jump back. I don't got time to play around. Let's jump back.
Galatians.
Where were we at?
Verse 21.
Go ahead, read.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 21.
Uh-huh.
Envying.
Read.
Murderers.
Read.
Drunkenness.
Come on.
Reveling.
Right.
And such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past.
Right.
That they which do such things.
So if your husband is all these things and he's leading you to that, what's going to happen? Read.
Shall not inherit the kingdom of the hope.
Guess what? He led you all the way from the kingdom. That's how we supposed to roll? Well, your husband's a fornicator, sis. Because he's putting other things above the Most High and what the Most High says. Don't follow that. She's supposed to follow that? Man, read on.
Verse 22.
Right, that's it. So, that's it. So, we're going to transition. We talked about fornication being idolatry, right? And putting things above the Most High, right? A form of idol worship. Now, what is another form of fornication? And this question came up online. Hopefully the person that asked the question online is online. But somebody asked on Monday, is masturbation lawful? Now I know some of y'all online is like, Con, brother, it is. It's only It's a what they call it because in Esau's rule book in their laws, they label masturbation and prostitution as a victimless crime. Homosexuality, masturbation, and prostitution were named. They taught them as victimless crimes. So it is a crime. They know it is. So masturbation, is it lawful? Well, let's go into it. Look up the definition of masturbation. Don't put no images up now. Don't put up no images, right? We're going to deal with this masturbation spirit. You know, it'd be the same brothers that be running around masturbating talking about, yeah, I can leave my wife to anything I want. Come on, man. Demons, bro. Y'all got to see it. Y'all got to understand, like, we know the scriptures say that, we know what the scriptures say about a woman following her husband. Nowhere does it say a woman's supposed to follow her husband to wickedness. Husbands, love your wives as you love yourself. If he ain't doing that, he's not qualified for 1 Peter 3:1. There's qualifications to be able to be a leader. Don't y'all get that? A man is qualified to have his woman subject to him if he's doing and being subject to Christ. If you ain't doing that, man, drop the damn Bible. That's why our people are so messed up. Because you got crackhead niggas trying to lead women. And weed heads and weed smokers and double-minded men trying to lead these women to what? Your double-mindedness? To your chaotic ass life? That's not what we're supposed to be doing. The Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace. Again, all you gotta do is ask yourself, since you've been in the truth, how many relationships have you had? I'll let y'all think about that. Definition of masturbation.
Stimulation of the genitals with the hand or sexual pleasure.
Right. So, stimulation of your own genitals. It's stimulation of your own genitals for sexual pleasure with your hand. I'm going to throw in there, or with your battery-operated boyfriend, because dildos and toys and all that stuff, unlawful. They desensitize. And first of all, where does masturbation start? Where does it start? It starts in the mind. Go to Romans 1:21. It starts in the thoughts. It starts in that idle mind that we read in Ecclesiasticus. Idleness teacheth much evil. There is nothing no good comes to him that is occupied in evil. So your masturbation spirit starts in your thoughts. And they're not always good thoughts. Now I'm going to ask this question. Who heard of the terminology, the spank bank? See, some people never heard of that before. Y'all ain't hang around enough Edomites. That's the problem. Y'all ain't hang around enough Esau. They'll tell you spank bank, oh, I'm going to deposit that one in the spank bank. That's the bank that you go back to later on and conjure up the lustful thoughts to be able to stimulate yourself in masturbation. The spank bank. I'm going to deposit that thought in the spank bank. That's an Edomite thought. That's Edomite logic. Yeah, y'all haven't been to enough parties, man. I used to live in Boulder, Colorado. Come on. I was around Esau all the time. Filthy ones too. But that's their thing, the spank bank. It starts here. Now, if I'm always referring to the spank bank, I'm not, and meditating on that, my meditation is not in the Most High. Read Romans 1 and verse 21.
Romans 1:21. Because that, when they knew the Most High, they glorified him not as the Most High.
Right, so when they knew the Most High, because we all know the Most High, but you glorify him not. How? Because you put other things before him. You put other thoughts and ideas and dreams. Your affections are not on him. Go ahead.
Neither were thankful.
Neither were what?
Were thankful.
Read.
But became vain.
Yeah, you weren't thankful for all the blessings and all the things that the Most High did in your life. So you became vain where?
In their imagination.
Yeah, your imagination became vain, man. All vanity. I gotta go to the gym. I gotta get my rib in the gym. We gonna have 1,000 trillion babies. Vain thoughts, man. Never thinking about, man, how can I do better for the body? How can I implement more for myself to be a help for the body? How can I make sure that I'm stable for Christ? You making sure them guns is big? What about them spiritual guns? Spiritual guns is like 22s, pea shooters. But you got them carnal 22-inch guns. Look, I'm ripped. But when it's time for you to blast at demons, you firing off a pea shooter. Come on, man, read.
And their foolish heart.
And they're what?
Foolish
No,
heart.
but they're wise.
Foolish heart.
Read.
Was darkened.
Yeah, that your foolish heart got darkened through your foolish wisdom and foolish counsel from foolish people. Read on.
Professing themselves to be wise.
Go to Ecclesiastes 23 and verse 16. So it starts in the mind. This fornication of masturbation starts in the mind. Just like all good things start in the mind, right? Your good deeds, they start in the mind. All wickedness starts from a thought, then you do it. All righteousness starts with a thought, and then you do it. So it's not nothing far-fetched, but I'm showing you that because it's about controlling your thoughts, whipping the body into shape with the spirit. Ecclesiastes 23 and verse 16.
Con. Two sorts of men multiply sin.
And then somebody else get 1 Corinthians 6 and verse 13. Go ahead.
And the third will bring wrath.
Read.
A hot mind.
A what?
A hot mind.
That hot mind, that lustful, vain mind, that mind that's not occupied in anything but evil. Read.
Is as a burning fire.
Is as a what?
A hot mind is as a burning fire.
Yeah, man. Those desires that you have in you, they're a burning fire. And what does a burning fire do? It burns and burns until it burns everything in its path. Right? It can't be put out, and it just got to burn itself out. But what about all the destruction that's left behind? Go ahead.
It will never be quenched.
It will never be what?
Be quenched.
Come on.
Till it be consumed.
Read.
A fornicator in the body.
See, you see how the scriptures are relating this fornicator to this hot fire that can never be quenched? Because that's how it is when you chase your lust. That's how it is when you chase after your dreams. You ain't never going to quench the lust of money by chasing it. Did y'all know that? The body, the flesh is never satisfied. It always wants more. You get your first million, what you just go, oh, I got my first million, I'm good. Nigga, they call it the first million because you want the second million. Go ask Jay-Z as he stopped getting money because he's a billionaire. He'll look at you and laugh. Go ask Warren Buffett. Go ask all these people that chase. Go ask, who was the Hugh Hefner? When he got his first Playboy, little Playgirl, or whatever the hell he calls them. He just stopped at one? Oh, he had 20. He stopped at 20? I was like, hell no, I'm going to just get them all. Like Pokemons.
Dang.
Gotta get them all, gotta get them all. Pokemon, right? Lusting. He didn't stop because he had a few. That fire had to be burned out a different way. You're not going to burn out and quench lust by fulfilling it. Only the Spirit can quench those lusts. We just read through it. You got to mortify those members. Go ahead, read on. It says a fornicator in the body
of his flesh will never cease till he have kindled a fire.
Yeah. A fornicator in the body, you ain't going to stop those thoughts until you kindle that fire in your body, man. And then what's going to happen? You start getting that burning sensation. And if ain't nobody around to appease that, what you going to do? What you going to do? Well, a carnal man or woman is going to go and masturbate to get that spirit appeased. A spiritual man is going to go to the Spirit and say, you know what, let me occupy my mind in the meditation of the law. But if you occupy on Pornhub and Bang Bus and all that stuff, you're going to kindle that fire, man, and it ain't going to be quenched. Go to 1 Corinthians 6:13.
1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 13. Meats for the belly.
Go ahead.
And the belly for meat.
Read.
But the Most High shall destroy both it and them.
Right, he's showing he's going to destroy that lust, man. He's going to destroy all the carnal temporal things. Remember, we read earlier, this man is only after his belly. A fornicator, right? Read on.
Now the body is not for fornication.
No, the body, it's my body, I can do what I want.
The body is not for fornication.
Listen, it says the body is not for fornication. Not for yourself, masturbation, not to sleep with some woman and just dip off. The body is not for fornication. Go ahead.
But, Salah, read
Read it from the top.
Meats for the belly.
Right? Don't highlight. You can't. This is the problem.
Come.
Don't highlight,
Come.
and you won't mess up. Go ahead.
Meats for the belly. And the belly for meat.
Read.
But the Most High shall destroy both it and them.
Read.
Now the body is not for fornication.
Right.
But for the Most High.
Right. So if you're fornicating with the body, you think he ain't gonna destroy you? Hell yeah, he is. Go ahead.
And the Most High for the body.
Jump down to verse 18.
Flee fornication.
Do what?
Flee fornication.
No, well, you know what? I'm gonna just make sure that I got Pornhub stored in my browser, and I'm gonna just look at it from time to time. Read on.
Every sin that a man doeth is without the body.
Go ahead.
But he that committed fornication sinned against his own body.
Read on, verse 19.
What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost?
Right, so why would the temple of the Holy Ghost dwell in the body of a masturbator? Of somebody that's abusing themselves? Of someone that's kindling the fire of lust? Because that's all it is. That fire that it's talking about, you strike that match of lust, that candle ain't going out until that candle's ready to go out. It's going to burn all the way. That wick is going to burn all the way down. So how does the Spirit dwell in you? It doesn't. It doesn't. It don't dwell in you. That's the problem. Go ahead.
Which is in you, which ye have of the Hawashai.
Right.
Salakia. Which ye have of the Most High.
Come on.
And ye are not your own.
Right. Like, this ain't even your body. It's not even your temple. You got it on lease. So, if you want to give yourself to bad eating and make that your God, strike one. Masturbation. Because what happens is the masturbation demon that be on brothers and sisters, you sisters without husbands, or even with husbands, like, yeah, he didn't scratch my itch. Mind if I get my little toy? Like, what the hell are you talking about? Hell yeah, I mind. You shouldn't even have that. If you're a sister of the knowledge, you shouldn't even have your little B.O.B. battery operated boyfriend. You shouldn't have that, or even the one without the battery. You shouldn't have that. It desensitizes you to be with your man. That's what that's all about. It's sad, man. It's like y'all help promote the white man's agenda. Y'all help promote it. Like, you gonna get you a 15-incher and just negate your whole husband? Like, but that's what they do. Why do you think they make those? So you can go get that, prop it up in the shower bathroom wall, right? And then you don't need your husband. It's real. I'm sorry. But it's real. That's why they do it. So you don't have to rely on your man for that. Now I got me a man. EBT card in one hand and my man in the other. What? You got a whole man in your hand? Well, that's all he's good for, so that's all I need. Right? So you sisters too, masturbating. Brothers masturbating. The Spirit ain't dwelling in you, man. The Spirit don't dwell with a fornicator, because now that becomes your God. And that becomes your thought. No good can come to him that's always occupied in evil and idleness. Read on.
For ye are bought with a price.
Go ahead.
Therefore, glorify the Most High in your body.
You know what? You know how you glorify the Most High in your body? By fleeing youthful lust. By having restraint. That's how you glorify the Most High in your body, man. By really, he said, blesses him that endureth temptation. Right? Don't it say that in James? Don't it say that in James 4? Let me go there real quick to make sure, because I might have read that wrong. I might have read that wrong. Maybe it said, go give in to your temptations. Maybe that's what it said. Maybe that's what it said, man. Give in. Where is it at? James chapter 1 and verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation. Because masturbation and lust, that's a temptation. It's a temptation, man. Why do you think they make it so easily accessible? Bro, porn is a $1 billion industry, but why is it free? Y'all ever thought about that? Why? It's a $1 billion industry, but I can right now type in Pornhub and I'll get somebody else's home porn. I'll get the professional porn. It's like, what the? They flood the airwaves with pornography. Why? So you can look at that, get tempted, and then fall into it. And they throw it everywhere. If you go on these little sites, like I like to download music. You go on these little sites to download music, the first thing they pop up is porn. It's like, whoa, I typed in Jay-Z. Like, why are you showing me pornography? I typed in 50 Cent. Why are you showing me pornography? Because they're trying to push that agenda on brothers. Push that agenda on sisters, so you give into that and make that your God. Read on.
Therefore glorify the Most High in your body and in your spirit.
And in your what?
And in your spirit.
Well, the spirit won't be glorified if you let the flesh fall. And vice versa. Read on.
Which are God's.
Because both of these things are the Most High's. The Most High is the Father of spirits, and he gave you that body to dwell here on earth and glorify him through good works. 1 Thessalonians 4 and verse 1. 1 Thessalonians 4 and 1. What's going on online? Still talking madness?
1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 1.
Go ahead.
Furthermore then, we beseech you, brethren,
read,
and exhort you,
read,
by the Yahushua Mashiach, that as ye have received of us,
as ye have received of us, because, and I put this in here to show you, like, you never heard from brothers. I'm talking to brothers without ribs and brothers that have been without ribs. You never heard from us, hey, let's go whack one off or just squeeze one out when you feel it, when you burn it. Go get one off. You never heard that from us. That's not how we told you to walk. In any lust situation, you got a problem with cigarettes? We never said, oh yeah, man, just take a small drag and it'll be all right, or get the nicotine patch. Right? Or appease yourself in some other way to fulfill the lust. We like, listen, call brothers. Hit us up. Counsel, talk, read, audio Bible, meditate. Put your mind here. Be busy. So the way you received on how to walk from us wasn't, oh yeah, well, if you burn, go ahead and just get one off in the bathroom sink. No. Or if you burn, go ahead and just snatch the first woman in the club that you met that 5 minutes ago. You barely know what she looks like, but that's going to be my ribeye. The scriptures say if you burn, marry. Right? Ain't that what Paul said? Yeah, Paul was saying if you burn, marry and do it lawfully. Did he have to put all that in there? He should have, for the cats that don't understand logic and scriptures. If you burn, marry. Yeah, find you a woman that you can be married to, not a whore. Because if you burn and you marry and you break up, or you just burn and you hit it to stop the burning, that's not your wife. So you're not married. If you burn, marry. I mean, how come that's so hard for some brothers to get? The concept of marriage is so, like, brothers really think they know it. And then when they get married, they're not married. You're just playing house and trying to lead along some woman that could give a damn about what you're about. But again, he that is occupied in nothingness and idle, evil will come to him. No good thing will come to anyone that's occupied in evil. Where you at? Read on.
How ye ought to walk and to please the Most High.
And to what?
please the Most High.
Hey, you think it's pleasing to the Most High that you give into lust? No, read.
So ye would abound more and more.
Right, come on.
For ye know what commandments we gave you by the Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
Uh-huh.
For this is the will of the Most High.
Where you at?
Verse 3.
Read.
Even your sanctification.
Wait, so it says this is the will of the Most High. This is what the Most High wants. And this is your sanctification. This is how you get into the kingdom, ladies and gentlemen. Now, surely it's going to say, listen to what your mom is talking about. Follow your rib. Follow a wicked husband. Follow the money. Surely it's going to say chase the bag. Right? It got to say chase the bag right after this part. Chase the money and get rich. It got to say it. You got to put chase the bag. Yeah. Because you're going to get all types of weird memes. Chase the bag. Surely it says chase my mama. And what she's talking about, her retarded logic, her confused logic. 1 minute she's this, the next minute she's that, next minute she's this. She can't even be rooted, but surely it says follow mom, follow husband, that's off, follow money. What does it say? Read.
That ye should be from, that ye should abstain from fornication.
It says to abstain from fornication, not to follow it. It says abstain from putting other things over the Most High. Not do it. Not bow to the graven image. I could have sworn it was going to say follow mom's logic. No?
No.
That ain't in there?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. Go to Wisdom of Solomon.
Okay.
3 and verse 14. I thought maybe I was tripping.
Nah.
And I was doing the wrong thing. Brothers will make you feel like you're doing the wrong thing because you're doing the work.
God.
Like, you ain't following the moms? You off, brother. Y'all are wicked.
You ain't chase after your family?
Wisdom of Solomon 3:14. Read it.
Con. And blessed is the eunuch which with his hands hath wrought.
Wait. Blessed is the who?
Is the eunuch.
The scriptures is telling you here that it's better if you were a eunuch. You are better off being a eunuch. Why? Read.
Which with his hands
Uh-huh.
hath wrought no iniquity.
He has done what?
Wrought no iniquity.
Because where does masturbation, what is it? It's the stimulation of the genitals with your what?
Hands.
With your hands. Read it again from the top.
Wisdom of Solomon 3 verse 14.
Read.
And blessed is the eunuch which with his hands hath wrought no iniquity.
Come on.
Nor imagine.
Where does masturbation start? Read again.
Nor imagine.
Where does masturbation start?
Nor imagine.
Starts in the mind.
Con.
Go ahead.
Wicked things against the Most High.
Right, because when they knew God, they retained him not in his knowledge. Go ahead, read on.
For unto him shall be given the special gift of faith.
Read.
And an inheritance
Uh-huh.
in the temple of the Most High, more acceptable to his mind.
Right. So, is masturbation lawful? Lie. We just went through it. It's fornication. It's lust. You're putting a lustful thought over the thought of the Most High and his will. You're fulfilling your own fleshly lust. It's not lawful. Fight the temptation, man. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation. Because when he endures, he's crowned. Flee fleshly lusts. Let's deal with the next form of whoremongering. I love this one. Somebody look up the word whoremonger. Oh, I got it. Y'all ain't gonna be able to find the word in a definition. You just gotta go to the Strongs. Whoremonger. A man who prostitutes his body to another's lust for hire. So you know what's sad? Half of you brothers running around knocking out on these women, you ain't even getting a damn ride to the store. You barely even getting a meal. You a free hoe. You a hoe for free. You men are whores, man. You ain't even getting a lunch date. She just using you for what you got between your legs. Sad. And then she got the nerve to criticize you. Then she got the nerve to criticize you and tell you how weak the pipe is.
That's it.
That's all you got? Sad, man. Whoremongers. Read, what else? It says a man. Oh, it says a male prostitute. Again, some of y'all, it's like the scriptures say about Israel being a whore and bringing the gifts to all her lovers. How you a whore that brings gifts? Ain't you supposed to get gifts? But that's how brothers are. You whoremonger backwards. Like, you ain't even a good whoremonger. Like, man, at least back in the day they called it pimping, right?
Yeah.
Right? Well, I'm pimping, man. This chick is buying me this. She's getting me this. She's doing this. And I'm laying with her, but I'm getting this. Y'all ain't even getting nothing. Y'all just giving y'all's body up for free. You're a bad prostitute. A male prostitute. I gotta make it sound funny because if I be serious with this, I'm hurt feelings, man. I gotta make it funny. A man who indulges in unlawful sexual intercourse. A fornicator. That's the definition of whoremonger. Because what is this man's thoughts on? He's a whoremonger. Okay, I'll make it real easy. When you watch Black Panther, and his name was Killmonger. Why? Because he was storing up kills.
Yeah.
He was storing up bodies.
He was getting a lot of kills.
He was getting a lot of kills. What was his mind on? Killing how many people he can kill. So, a man that is a whoremonger, what is his mind on? Whore. How many women he can hoe out. How many women he can get. So now, is that not idolatry? That's why he said he's a fornicator. Because now you're idolizing women. Go to Hebrews 13 and verse 4. You had your hand up.
Yeah, but that's actually like the slang of today. It's like how many bodies.
Yeah. Yeah. She got bodies on her. Like, you got 17 bodies? Damn. You got guns that ain't got as much bodies as some of these women. And men. Bro, it's not a glory for a man to sleep with a bunch of women. Ain't no glory in that. You niggas are stupid. If you glory in, oh yeah, I hit this, and this. Con. Go pee now. Tell me how it feels. Yeah, you dancing around Houston. Like, come on, man. Niggas be really, that's why he said your glorying is not good. It's not, because you're going to reap the benefits of that. Spiritual and carnal. What you going to say? I know you got something to say. You want to fire off. What's up?
No, when you was bringing out about the example of like how the partner you with, start criticizing you on,
Oh yeah, on your weak pipe.
Right.
Come.
But before I had the truth, man, did I tell you about when I was in high school about the Nigerian chick that slapped me?
No. Did you? You might. No, I don't remember. You did tell me about that. Wow. That's it?
Yeah, it's like, dang, man.
Yeah, she treated you like, damn, like Strong J.
Man.
Remember Strong J and Boomerang? She was aggressive.
Oh, man.
Eddie, right? She treated you like Strong J, bro.
Oh, that was the flat top?
Yeah, that was Grace Jones.
Yeah.
She's a Benjamin, by the way, but they always got her playing a damn African.
Yeah.
She treated you like Strong J and just was bullying you.
Man,
Damn. Yeah, bro, because that's how these women are. They want you to whore yourself out and, like, put your whole body into it. Like, what the hell? But they want you to live up to what? They want you to live up to the toys.
Yeah.
Bro, ain't nobody, listen, we ain't living up to AA batteries. Nobody can go that long. You got energized, like, nobody's going as long as batteries are. And they're making these toys like the size of bats. Ain't no man walking around with that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ladies. So if that's what you're expecting, you got to stop masturbating and let that spirit, let all that, you know what I mean? Oh, did you turn it off? Yeah, bro, I'm up here hot. Yeah, I'm up here hot. Let it move around a little bit. I'm up here sweating. Hebrews 13 and verse 4. Maybe it's just the scriptures. It ain't me, it's the Bible. My Bible's on fire.
Say Hebrews 13:4.
Hebrews 13 and verse 4.
Hebrews 13:4. Marriage is honorable.
Now, if you burn, marry, right? The Bible says marriage is honorable. But a fornicator Let's go back to the definition of fornicator real quick. Go all the way. I'll read it. The incontinence or lewdness of unmarried persons. So marriage is honorable. Fornication is not. Why? Because, and whoremongering is not either. Why? Because the intention ain't to get married. The intention is to be lewd. I'm going to hit it and leave. Criminal conversation, right, of an unmarried man with an unmarried woman. It's criminal because, again, the honor is to get married, not to, let me just test drive you, criticize you, and then leave.
Right.
Girl, you know you got to test drive the car before you purchase. Ain't that what America tell you? You got to test drive before you buy. Like, the hell are you talking about? Test drive her. You test drive what's in her drawers, but you didn't test drive her spirit. You didn't test drive the spirit to see, like, wait a minute, are we compatible? Wait a minute. Is she quiet and loving? Is she gonna be a pillar of rest? Is her mind continent? Can I lead her? You test drove her bedroom game, but not her spiritual game. Wait, can she be? Is she mother material? Can she be a good mother? And then you pop 5 babies in her. My bad. You ain't around long enough to pop 5 in her. You pop 1 baby in her, and you're gone 2 weeks later before the baby even catches. You find out, oh, she's pregnant a year later. She already had the baby. And then now what? You left with a woman that's ready to put you on child support. She's ready to cuss your mama out, cuss your daddy out. When she sees you, she wants to fight, tell you it ain't yours. Why? Because if you burn, marry, right? Why? Because your conversation was criminal. Now you got to pay for your act. Hebrews 13:4, read it again.
Marriage is honorable.
Come on.
In all.
Right?
And the bed undefiled.
See, and the bed has to be undefiled. Ain't no sex toys in the bed. You can't bring in appendages. Well, an appendage is like another arm.
Oh, okay.
You can't bring in appendages, man, into the bedroom.
Chains.
That's what defiles it. Yeah, chains, whips, and bats.
Swings.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
I don't know about that one. Because that's just a prop. It's like a swinging bed. I don't know. I mean.
No,
that's not wrong.
Oh, they got like things attached to the swing?
You can like
swing her
attach
into
things
something?
Into the bed. This
Oh,
was some lady told me about this. I was like, man, we was at the car.
Uh-huh. I'll tell you all about this.
Nah, don't put me in there.
Yeah, Asia don't need no bars of that.
Nah.
Anyway, we know what we're talking about though, the toys, like the actual things that women are using to put inside them. Like they got the little mini bullet, the one they can wear to work.
Oh,
Like how you got a dildo you can wear to work, and your
wow.
partner has the remote, and so you're in the middle of a conference. Whoa, what's wrong with her? Is she on crack? No,
They got on Bluetooth.
she got the Bluetooth bullet. She got the long range bullet. He can control it with his iPhone. There's an app for that. They got these things. She just walks around wearing it and then just catching seizures in the middle of damn lunch. Like, come on, man, that's off. The bed has to be undefiled. So, ain't no 2-on-2s, right? Oh, well, it says marriage is honorable and I got 2 ribs. Nah, it's defiled when you bring them both in there. Well, it says marriage is honorable, I'm going to hit my rib in the anal. Well, no, that's defiled. You can't do those things. It has to, the only way your marriage is honored by the Most High is if it's not defiled. The bed. Read on.
But whoremongers.
But what?
Whoremongers.
See, why does he switch from marriage to whoremongering? Because when a man sleeps with a woman, that should be the connotation that he's getting married. Surely, he will endow her to be his wife. You lay hold on a woman, surely. That's what the Bible says, right? Did it say maybe?
Surely.
Or if he felt like it? It says, surely he shall endow her to be his wife. He's going to give her that blessing, that honor. She's endowed with that man's blessing of a wife. Go ahead.
And adulterers.
And what?
And adulterers.
Right?
The Most High will judge.
Yeah, man. Whoremongers are going to get judged. Because you're not promoting marriage. Right? Go from there. Go to go to Ecclesiasticus 27, Ecclesiasticus 23 and verse 17. Let's jump back. Ooh.
Ecclesiasticus
You smell good. Smart salesman. Go ahead.
23:17.
Read.
All bread is sweet to a whoremonger.
Yeah, man. All bread is sweet to a whoremonger. Every little piece of rump he sees, he's running to. Like a lapping dog. Tongue out, breathing heavy, panting. All bread is sweet to a whoremonger. Every woman he sees is like, damn, I gotta get that. Y'all got that homeboy? Y'all got that homeboy that's like that? Like every chick he see, he gotta entice her in a way of trying to seduce her. Some of y'all are that homeboy. Let's be real. Some of y'all are that homeboy, but some of y'all got that homeboy. You're the homeboy to the homeboy.
You're the wingman.
You got brothers that are like, every woman they see, it's like, come here, baby. Let me endow you with my love. It's like, wait a minute, bro. You didn't even say hi yet.
Right.
And you're here working. Like, that's not what's needed. Every woman? No. All bread is sweet to a whoremonger. But it be the brothers that got all the bodies, all the notches in their belt. You ask them, how many women you slept with? Over 150, Ak. Yay! Like, nigga, that's nothing to be proud of. You a whoremonger. Ain't nothing. Yeah, you glory in your damn shame. Corinthians 5 tells you your glorying is not good. It ain't good to glory in wickedness, man. Go ahead, read on.
He will not leave off till he die.
Man, I should just class over. Drop, mic drop. It said he ain't gonna leave off of chasing the bread until it kills him. How is it gonna kill him, you ask? Well, you gonna get the wrong one pregnant, she gonna stress your ass out for 18 years. Ooh, y'all didn't think about that, did you? She gonna stress you for 18 long years. 1 minute she's on child support, next minute you off. 1 minute you on, next minute you off. 1 minute you on, next minute you off. 1 minute you're good with her, the next minute she's a demon. 1 minute you're good, next minute, and you're gonna do that for 18 years straight. The stress is gonna kill you. You're gonna age before time. Then let's not talk about the damn diseases. Let's not talk about the diseases that come along with whoremongering. How many visits you gonna have to El Clinico? That drippy faucet. That ain't nothing good to live with. You catch the ones you can get rid of, okay, fine. Take a pill, 7 days, get a shot, this big in your rump. Some brothers know what I'm talking about. But how about the one you can't get rid of? Like the one that visits you every month like a woman's period. The bumps. How about that? What is that, herpes?
Herpes.
Oof. How about them? How about the gift that keeps on giving? How about that monster? How about that AIDS? Yeah, but you want to dip around, like especially in places like Houston, where niggas is just garbage and sloppy, and the chicks are even worse. Like, what the? Wow. Like, niggas is really killing themselves over Houston women.
I talk to HIV positive women in Houston all the time, and they're like,
She-
oh no, I don't have it. Nope. I'm
She
good."
works at a place where they give the results, right? STD results. You talk to what type of women? HIV positive women, and they'll deny that they got it. Like, no, I couldn't have caught that. My man is good to me. But how good? He was good enough to give you maybe it's a gift. I just like to give. But then guess what? A whoremonger, simple ass niggas be running right behind these same women. And they don't even be about nothing. They don't be about, I can see if she was about something, trying to be about what you're about. Nope. She would do some random. She just wanted to have drinks. Or she looked good. Or when she walked through the mall, man, she was just floating on. Her body is nice. She got colored eyes. Like, that's the qualification? But that's a whoremonger's reasoning. He'll find, man, she got nice eyes, I gotta hit it. Man, she got a big butt, I'm gonna hit it. Man, she ain't got no stomach, I'm gonna hit it. Man, she got nice feet, I'm gonna hit it. All bread is sweet. And you ain't gonna leave till you die. Bro, you know why it's funny? Because I've heard it. I've sat in the mall with brothers, and they look at women, and I'm like, why would you choose her? Well, she got nice eyes. Okay, can her eyes, she got nice eyes, but she don't even want to read the Bible with them nice eyes. Can her eyes raise your babies? No, they can't. What's up?
And can those beautiful eyes foreseeth the evil?
No, they can't because she's a demon. That's the thing. And the brother, you can tell he's retarded because he's just like looking, like gazed into her eyes and fell into a trance. Gotta get this one. Gotta get this one. The whole time she's walking through the mall with one nipple showing, booty shorts up to her damn navel, whole belly, fat belly out, and just bouncing around like, my nigga, blah, 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 blah. Like, what? That's what you want? Because she got nice eyes. Okay, Ak. Khan. You got it, brother. Read on.
A man that breaketh wedlock,
Come on.
saying,
Because more than likely this man is married. But what is he doing? Hitting everything in Houston. Hitting everything in his neighborhood. And not taking these women for wife. So he's breaking his wedlock. He's committing adultery. Go ahead.
saying thus in his heart,
Read.
who seeth me?
Yeah, because that's what it is. Like the brothers ain't gonna see me. The brother, man, we in the car in the park and it's dark. Brothers ain't gonna never know. Brother, I ain't gonna tell nobody. Go ahead.
I am compassed about with darkness.
Read.
The walls cover me,
Read.
and nobody seeth me.
Read.
What need I to fear?
Come on.
The Most High will not remember my sins.
Yeah, like, man, the Most High, man, he knows what I'm going through. I'm burning a little bit. He knows, man, that I'm weak to this booty. Yeah, but he said, blessed is the man that endureth temptation. He gonna remember them sins. He said, and this is how he's gonna remember it. Watch, read on.
Verse 19, such a man only feareth the eyes of men.
Yeah, you a man pleaser. You a man pleaser. Read.
And knoweth not that the eyes of the Most High are 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
Not only you're a man pleaser, you simple as hell. You simple ones, how long will you love your simplicity? You're a simple child, man. Go ahead. Read.
Beholding all the ways of men.
Right.
And considering the most secret parts.
Go ahead. Read verse 20.
He knew all things ere. It was this say ear?
Yeah, error.
Ere. Ever they were created.
Read.
So also after they were perfected, he looked upon them all.
Verse 21.
This man shall be punished.
No, this man's going to escape.
Punished.
No, the Most High understands.
Punished.
Read.
In the streets.
Come on.
Of the city.
And
where he suspected not.
Yeah, well, because where you suspected not, that's where he's going to take you. You're going to try to girt yourself up in one way, and then guess what? You forgot, like, damn, he going to come through my rib. Why do you think brothers' ribs be acting up, man? The Most High put the Spirit on them to shut everything down around you. Because you bending off and fornicating over here and putting this woman first. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to put the demons in this rib. You should have been at home with her, teaching her, but you don't want to teach her bedroom tactics. So guess what? I'm going to put demons on her. And let's see how you like it. I'm going to put it where you least expect it, because you thought she was so righteous and so right and so floating in the Spirit. You were so wise. We study every night. Okay. She's on there. She's in it. Well, here come the spirits. Let's see where she's really at. He's going to get you where you least expect it. Go ahead.
This man shall be punished in the streets of the city, and where he suspected not, he shall be taken.
Right.
Thus shall it go.
Wait. Let's go to 1 Samuel 2 and verse 12. Man, read.
1 Samuel
foolishness, man.
2 verse 12.
Go to 1 Samuel 2 and 12 and read that.
Now the sons of Eli.
Now, the sons of who?
Eli.
Go ahead. I'm going to show y'all how y'all move.
Were sons of...
With this whoremongering ass spirit. This is how y'all move, like the sons of Eli. Now, it said they were the sons of Eli. Go ahead.
Were sons of Belial.
Wait. Hold on. So how did the sons of Eli, the priests, but they're the sons of a damn devil?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Read on. Y'all didn't get it, huh? They're the sons of devils, man, because that's what they worship. They were the sons of a priest, but they put all their little filth above their priesthood. And what were they doing? Read on.
They knew not the Most High.
But they did know the Most High. They were trained in the ways of the Most High, but guess what? Their actions showed something different.
Father was the high priest.
Their dad, yeah, Eli was the high priest. Right? Go ahead.
And the priest's custom with the people was that when any man offered sacrifice,
Right.
the priest's servant came, while the flesh was in seething,
Read.
with a flesh hook of 3 teeth in his hand.
So pause. So remember, this said this was the custom of the priests. Not the customs of the Most High. This was the custom that Eli's sons came up with. When the flesh was in the seething pot. So what would that be today? You turn on your little frying pan, right? You about to cook your chicken. You get it real nice and hot. And when you put it in that pan and you hear tss, the searing, it said while the flesh was searing or in the seething pot, they dipped their little crusty little hands into the pot and did what? Read.
With a flesh hook of 3 teeth in his hand.
Read.
And he struck it into the pan, or kettle, or cauldron, or pot. All that the flesh hook brought up, the priest took for himself.
Go ahead.
So they did in Shiloh unto all the Israelites that came thither.
These niggas were so greedy, they didn't even wait for the meat to cook. They were so greedy and so against the Most High, they didn't even wait for the offering to finish cooking itself in the cooking pot, in the seething pot. They were so greedy and covetous and idolaters that they didn't wait for the offering to cook. Watch, read on.
Also, before they burnt the fat.
Now, who does the fat go to? Read.
The priest's servant came.
So they would send their servant. Go ahead.
And said to the man that sacrificed, give flesh to roast for the priest.
But it's like, wait a minute, you already took flesh. You already took some out of the pot earlier. Remember, they were the priests. So they automatically got part of the sacrifice. It was automatic.
It was for them.
It was for them.
Right.
But then they came and took a double portion. Greedy Negroes. Why? Because they savor us not the things of God, but man. Go ahead.
For he will not have sodden flesh of thee,
Right?
but raw.
But what?
But raw.
See? But that's how some brothers be moving. Like, damn, I can't wait for my relationship to cook to a certain level. Let me go hit that over there raw. Let me go hit that over there real quick because it's there. I got to double dip. Or I got to entertain this or entertain that. But wait a minute. Let what you got over here boil and let that cook in the spirit. But no, this is all here for me too. It's lawful, brother. The Bible says I can have more than one rib. Brothers don't even say ribs no more. The Bible says I can have more than one woman. No, it says more than one wife. It don't say more than just one woman, more than just some little something that you just hit. You were supposed to have a wife, and all the women were supposed to be wives. And when you took another, the first one's duty did not diminish. But that's how you know the ones that ain't occupied in prophecy and occupied in the wisdom. Because it's like, well, I'm going to get one to replace another. Well, who the hell does that? I'm going to get one to replace another and she's worse than the first or just the same? You might as well kept both, put them together and made somebody righteous. You put both their spirits and you would have had one righteous woman in two. But no, you replace one with the other. You cut one off for this one. You brought this one back. You flip this one over here because she's off. And then when she's on, this one's off, so you kick her out. Like, that's not how you do that. But brothers the scriptures say every man will profess his own good. But a faithful man who can find?
God.
Niggas swear they on, man. And you look at like, why you doing that like that? Why you moving like that? Brother, I got the wisdom too. You got some wisdom. You got some know-how, but the relationship stuff? Nah, you don't. You don't, because you can see it in the actions. Go ahead, read on. I know what y'all are thinking. Read on.
Whoremonger.
And if any
Hold
man,
on, stop. Yeah, y'all not married to those Mexican women. Wait, what? Okay, I don't even get that. Anyway, that was yet y'all not married to those Mexican women. So obviously he's probably a Negro only Israelite.
I don't even think he's an Israelite.
Probably not. I don't know. I mean, man. Anyway, go ahead. Read on.
Joel Osteen-alike.
Read on, man.
verse 16.
Uh-huh.
And if any man said unto him, let them not fail to burn the fat presently,
Right.
and then take as much as thy soul desireth,
Read.
then he would answer him, Nay, but thou shalt give it me now.
Right.
And if not, I will take it by force.
Yeah, these niggas were so greedy and covetous that they were taking they were like, listen, if you don't give it to me now, we gonna have to rough you up, bro. Because the priest sent this. Read on. The priest want this. Read.
Wherefore the sin of the young men was very great before the Most High.
Right. Read.
For men abhorred the offering of the Most High.
Go to 1 Samuel 2 and verse 22. So y'all gotta see, man, when you putting things before the Most High, it leads to these other spirits. Why you think it said, you know you're not, the unrighteous shall not enter into the kingdom. Fornicators, idolaters, covetous, greedy, effeminate, lovers of the abusers of mankind with themselves. Like it bundled murderers. It bundled all these together because when you a whoremonger and a fornicator, you might as well have all them other spirits on you. You might as well. Read.
Now Eli was very old,
Right?
and heard all that his sons did
Come on.
unto all Israel,
Right?
and how they lay with the women,
Wait, they did what?
how they lay with the women.
Wait, surely it says that Eli's sons had many wives. Read.
And how they lay with the women
Yeah, that's all they were doing was laying with the women. Which ones? Go.
that assembled at the door of the tabernacle.
Now pause. Pause. I want y'all to think about it. I want y'all to think about this. Was it just single women coming to the door of the tabernacle? No. You had women coming to the door of the tabernacle for what? What were they coming there for?
Prayer.
Getting the blessing from the priest. Right? Pray to the Most High for me. I'm barren. Me and my husband can't have a baby. Well, listen, sis. You want us to pray for you? You got to do a little strange for a little piece of change. So they were hitting married, unmarried, right? So they were adulterous. They were whoremongering. They were covetous. They were greedy. And they were using what? I'm going to drop the mic. I'm going to crush my phone if y'all get this wrong. They were using what?
The priesthood.
They were using the priesthood, the Bible, the power. So now, let's fast forward all the way to 2019 when a dumb nigga is like, girl, you my woman now. 1 Peter 3:1 says, submit to me. Because I'm an Israelite. I got fringes. I got a beard. Is that it? That's what Eli's sons did. We priests, girl. You want a blessing? You want us to send up some strong prayers? Listen, Dad, get your sister too. Bring her over. I'm trying to paint this picture because niggas is wicked. But guess what? You ain't no different when you pump this Bible into a chick's face, pump it into her head, call her all sorts of names, and then try to go pick up another one to do the same thing. You ain't no different than Eli's sons. When you just bounce from woman to woman trying to do what? Appease your lust, and you use the Bible. It says lie not against the truth. Lie not against the truth, brother. Yeah, see, the Bible says you can do that if you got something going on for yourself. Niggas be wanting to have 5-6 ribs and don't even know how to brush their teeth. You can't even brush your mouth and change your socks, but you want 5 ribs? Or you got the nerve to bounce around to different women and be like, yeah, see, girl, look, the Bible says I'm a righteous man. And like, you're not righteous if you're whoremongering. Stop, man, burn your Bible. Get rid of it. Don't use the truth and the Bible and the word of the Most High to get your flesh appeased. Man, that's so detestable and disgusting.
God.
It's disgusting. And if you read, some of y'all need to read this story. Go read what happened to Eli's sons and Eli. He died because of them. He died because of them. So don't think like, oh yeah, Most High is protecting me. I'm righteous. I'm righteous because I'm sticking to the precepts. Most High is not honoring none of that. And guess what? The marriage that you're neglecting, that's not honorable. That's why it's in shambles. Because you want to entertain, oh, I got a date. I don't care. I'm going on a date with this chick. See? What about going on a date with your rib and getting her mind right? What about dating her into the damn scriptures? How about meeting up and studying with her consistently? Not just 2 weeks, not 3 weeks, not a month, not 2 months. How about doing it for life? Because marriage is a life commitment.
Come.
So you think what, I'm going to get her right in 2 weeks and then we're good? On to the next? But that's how some brothers think. Like, man, you've been studying, brother. We made it to the kingdom. Hooray!
Y'all feel on
And in the same breath, she's somewhere else being a damn demon on Facebook, cussing people out. But she's so righteous. You're so smart. Read on. Read on, man. Read verse 23.
And he said unto them, why do ye such things? For I hear of your evil dealings by all this people. Nay, my sons, for it is no good report that I hear. Ye make the Most High's people to transgress. If one man sin against another, the judge shall judge him. But if a man...
So that's it on that. Jump over to... I'm going to skip some. I got a lot of scriptures. I already hit that one. Go to Ephesians 4:22. Get these quick. Ephesians 4:22. Get 1 Timothy 1 and verse 9.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 22.
Read.
That ye put off concerning the former conversation.
Right, so we got to flee from the fornication, man. We got to flee from the idolatry. He said, put off the former conversation of, yeah, I banged her. Look at me. Ha, 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 ha. Put that off, man. Your glorying is not good. Read.
The old man.
Right.
Which is corrupt.
Because the old man that was banging every woman is what?
Corrupt.
The masturbator was what?
Corrupt.
Read.
According to the deceitful lust.
Yeah, because it's deceitful. You think it's cool. You think it's cool to taint all the women. You think it's cool, man. But you're being deceived. It's destruction. Go ahead.
And be renewed in the spirit of your mind.
Read on.
And that ye put on the new man. Which after the Most High is created.
What?
The Most High is created.
Read.
In righteousness and true holiness.
Go to 1 Timothy 1 and verse 9.
1 Timothy 1 verse 9.
Right, so we got to turn from fornication, but you got to understand why you even fornicate. You got spiritual blockers. You got things that are blocking the spirit to enter you. Right? Wisdom of Solomon 1 and verse 4, right? For into a malicious spirit, wisdom will not enter. But read 1 Timothy 1 and verse 9.
Knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man.
Right, go ahead.
But for the lawless.
But for the what?
The lawless.
Yeah, you better get in that law because you lawless. Who else?
And disobedient.
Go ahead.
For the ungodly. And for sinners.
Read.
For unholy. And profane.
Read.
For murderers.
Go ahead.
Of fathers and murderers.
Read down to verse 10.
For whoremongers.
For who?
For whoremongers.
For who?
For whoremongers.
Read. This is where you got to occupy your mind, you whoremongers. You niggas that's just trying to run around grabbing women, hitting it and leaving. Oh, I'm going to give her 6 months and I'm going to hit it and then I'm going to find some wickedness in her so I ain't got to be with her. I'm going to create the same cycle every 6 months. I'm going to try to circumvent the law. Circumvent the school rule. Yeah, she was off. But did you teach her? Did you And why'd you sleep with her if she was off? Well, she was acting like she was. No, she wasn't. She was a damn demon when I saw it. You just wanted something to hit, dismiss, and then what? Let me pick up another one. So you the 6 month alike. You the 6 month alike. Every 6 months you got a new rib. Quote unquote rib. Rib. No, you got a new quote, rib, unquote, rib. Read. Read, man.
For them that defile themselves with mankind.
Come on.
For men stealers.
Uh-huh.
For liars. For perjured persons.
Perjured persons.
Perjured persons.
Uh-huh.
And if there be any other thing that is contrary to sound doctrine.
Now go from there. Go to Ephesians 5 and 3. And then somebody give me Hosea 4 and 9. And we're gonna end it there. Ephesians 5 and 3. Remember, this if you claim to be a Christian, if you claim to be a follower of the Most High in Christ, if you claim to be an Israelite, then you can't be about fornication, whoremongering, masturbation, idolatry. You can't be about these things. You got to make sure that the Most High comes first in everything. Read that. Ephesians.
Ephesians 5 verse 3.
Read it.
But fornication and all uncleanliness or covetousness, let it not be once named among you.
Yeah, these things should not be named amongst you, man. It shouldn't be like, oh, such and such. Oh, that brother in your camp, all he does is sleep around with women. Or all y'all do is just get women. That shouldn't be named amongst us. Like y'all just use y'all's business to get women. Wait, what? No, we don't. We use it to get money. We don't use that for the women. That's not what that's for. Read. Go ahead.
As becometh saints. Neither filthiness.
Neither what?
Neither filthiness.
Go ahead. You're going to read down to verse 6.
Nor foolish talking. Nor jesting. Which are not convenient.
Oh, yeah, they logged off on this one. Damn. How many people we got online? 18?
17.
I know. You whoremongering Negroes. Y'all want to hear this. Y'all don't want to hear this. I don't. I ain't even tripping. Go ahead.
But rather giving of thanks.
But what should we be doing?
Rather giving of thanks.
What should be named amongst us?
Rather giving of thanks.
Go ahead.
For this ye know, that no whoremonger.
That nor what?
Nor whoremonger.
Come on.
Nor unclean person.
Read.
Nor covetous man. Who is an idolater, have any inheritance in the kingdom of Hamashiach and of the Most High.
Read.
Let no man deceive you with vain words.
Woo. You know why he said that? Because a cat will come with some vanity and you'll do what? Oh, he's right.
Eat it up.
You'll eat it up and you'll idolize his words, his vain ass words. Like, yeah, babe, we don't got to do the work, but we're going to get into the kingdom. Like, yeah, obey your husband in all things, even in wickedness. Cats come with some vanity in their minds, like, you supposed to follow a man into wicked? Let's take a poll. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. There's not enough sisters in here. Y'all got to think about it, man. He said, let no man deceive you with vain words, man, because you idolize those words. And you move according to those vain words coming out of a vain man. Go ahead.
For because of these things cometh the wrath of the Most High upon the children of disobedience.
And what does that wrath look like? Go to Hosea. Go to the Hosea I called for. This is what that wrath of a whoremonger looks like. This is what the wrath of a fornicator is going to look like. Hosea 4. This is what it comes down to, man. This is what that wrath feels like. Hosea 4 and verse 9.
Hosea 4 verse 9. And there shall be like people. Like priests.
Wait, so it's going to be like people like who?
Like priests.
Like who?
Priests.
Read.
And I will punish them for their ways.
Wait, so you mean to tell me that righteous men are going to be what?
Like priests. Oh, punished.
Just like Eli's sons, man. Were they not priests? He said, I'm going to punish them. Why? Because they weren't doing according to the will of the Most High. They savor us not the things of the spirit, but the things of man. They didn't set their affections on the things above. but they set their affections on earthly things. Go ahead.
And I will punish them for their ways.
Read.
And reward them their doing.
And that's why you catch the hell you catch. The children of disobedience gets whooped. Read on.
For they shall eat.
Right?
And not have enough.
So you can chase the money and chase the food. You ain't going to have enough. Good luck. Read on.
They shall commit whoredom.
They shall do what?
Commit whoredom.
Read on.
And shall not increase.
Yeah, oh, I got to get this rib and this rib and this rib so my family can blow up. It ain't going to work. Read on.
Because they have left off to take heed to the Most High.
Because you put that as your God. Because you broke Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. Have no other powers before me. Your woman became your power. Your belly became your power. Read on.
Verse 11.
Right, read.
Whoredom and wine and new wine take away the heart.
Yeah, man, you bouncing around talking about I'm going on a date with this chick, and you end up drunk and then you end up retarded afterwards.
Losing your mind.
Losing your mind, going out of your wits. Read.
My people ask counsel at their stock.
Yeah, you talking to the wood, man. You talking to your staff like, hey, staff, what should I do? Hey, car, what should I do? Hey, wife, what should I do? You asking counsel of the subordinate? You asking counsel of the weaker vessel? You might as well go to your children and ask them counsel. Go ahead, read on.
And their staff declareth unto them.
Yeah, man, it's like the staff talks to you like, yes, my son, follow her booty. Follow her, my son. Go ahead.
For the spirit of whoredoms have caused them to err.
Yeah, and every time you follow that wrong counsel, you err, man. Read.
And they have gone a whoring from under their God.
Right. So when you leave up under the Most High and go whore for that money, you go trick off. You're a grown-ass man trying to trick for money. What the? You about to go sell your whole soul for an extra few hundred. Not even. Not even. What will a man give in exchange for his soul? Well, some men have given nothing for their soul. You a hoe bringing gifts to your whores, to your lovers. Because all you do is say, here, I'm here. I present myself as a living sacrifice to you, mom. I'm presenting myself as a living sacrifice to you, family, money, wife. You'll sacrifice yourself to them and commit whoredoms with them. But what's going to happen? Read on.
They sacrifice upon the tops of the mountains and burn incense upon the hills.
Right.
Under oaks and poplars.
Poplars,
and elms.
Yeah, you got the big trees trying to cover you. Do your wickedness. You in your house puffing your little ganja. You think we don't know? You at home getting your little drinky drink on, covered by the roof, by the elms and the poplars, right? They're the big trees down south. They used to hang us on. You use that as your covering. Go ahead.
Because the shadow thereof is good.
Yeah, man, you like, I'm good. The brothers ain't gonna see me. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna hide over here. I'm gonna hide in the gym bathroom. My wife ain't gonna see me. I'm gonna hide.
Right.
Read.
Therefore, your daughters.
Therefore, what?
Your daughters.
Read.
Shall commit whoredom.
Yeah. You want to have all them kids, and you want to be a hoe? She gonna be a hoe. Bottom line. She gonna learn from your whoredoms. So your kids are gonna be whores. Read.
And your spouses.
And your what?
Spouses.
Yeah, marvel not when she trespass against you. Because if you want to do it, she's going to do it too. You teach her the evil lesson. She's going to shoot that evil lesson right back on you. Well, if I don't got to do the work of the Most High, then what the hell I got to do anything for you for? If I don't got to do this work, that means I ain't got to cook and clean in the house. I ain't got to cook you no food. I don't got to iron. I ain't got to do nothing. There he is. Woo! Man of the hour. We ain't got to do the work, so why I got to do anything for you around the house? But see, a foolish man will pump that into his rib. And then when she stopped performing around the house, she's like, well, nigga, you taught me that. Why I got to do anything for you for? That's going to be next, dummy. Dunce. let me use the American term, dense.
Dance.
Dense-headed. My pops used to say, you a bonehead. You're boneheaded, man. You teaching her all these evil lessons. And then you gonna have the nerve to be like, well, why is she acting like that? Well, she learned from you. So if you a hoe, a whoremonger, she's gonna be a hoe. In the spirit, in the body, marvel not when she trespass against you. Read on.
And your spouses shall commit adultery.
Right?
I will not punish your
And that's
daughters.
the best part. He gonna let it ride. He gonna let it ride.
Yep.
Like, man, this is your punishment, baby. He gonna let it ride. You gonna be praying to the Most High. Yo, I'm gonna smash her. He gonna be like, man, I ain't hearing you. How the hell you gonna ask for something to check somebody on the things that you was doing? You gonna hit yourself with Romans 2? You judging somebody, but you don't judge yourself. You're inexcusable, old man. We don't need it. Ariah, read.
I will not.
This guy's thirsty. I can see it. He's ready to read. He ain't ready in a minute. Go ahead, read.
I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom.
Right?
Nor your spouses.
Read.
When they commit adultery.
Come on.
For themselves are separated with whores.
Because you are separated with whores. So guess what? He's like, well, if that's what you want, I'm going to make everything a hoe. Your wife, your daughter. I'm going to make everything be a whore around you. Because you separated to that. You put that as your God. So guess what? I'm going to give all that to you. I'm going to give you up unto your own lust. Read.
And they sacrifice with harlots.
Come on.
Therefore, the people that do it, not understand, shall fall.
And if you don't understand this, man, you better study harder. Any questions? You got a question on the class? What's that?
My first question was, if you don't lay with a potential wife,
Right?
is it wrong to put her away and move on?
Well, you can't put her away if you didn't lay with her. So you're not putting her away is giving her a bill of divorce.
Right.
So if you didn't lay with her, then, I mean, the technicality of marriage is this.
Right.
And there's steps to marriage.
Right.
Now, the best way to do it, some brothers don't get this and they don't believe it, but to have a betrothal period is very important. Because then you can work on her spirit and see, are we compatible? That way you don't commit the folly of laying with her after 3 days of meeting her, and then you're like, I gotta put her away anyway, because she ain't gonna follow.
Right.
Now, if you're betrothed and you put her away and you didn't lay with her, then no. Or you stop dealing with her, then no. You have your justifications. But they better be some good ones.
Right.
It better not because, oh, I found a whole new woman.
Right.
It better be because her mind is not well instructed.
Right.
I can't no longer instruct this woman's mind.
Right.
That's the whole purpose of betrothal, guys. People online. You betroth a woman so you can see, can I instruct her mind? Is she a gift from God or a gift from the devil? A lot of y'all get gifts from the devil. And then you try to prop it up like, see, the Most High sent her. No, he didn't. You only know, go there real quick. Go to my favorite. Go there. Go there. Ecclesiastes 26 and verse 14.
Ecclesiastes chapter 26 and verse 14.
Listen to that strong, powerful voice. Read,
A
brother.
silent and loving woman
Right?
is a gift of the Lord.
Wait, she's a gift of Satan.
Of the Lord.
But I got my own gift.
Of the
I
Lord.
bless myself.
Of the Lord.
Read.
And there is nothing so much work as a mind well instructed.
The only time you're going to know, the perfect time to know if her mind is well instructed is during the betrothal. The longer you wait, the more you'll uncover about a person. But if you hit it a day in, you didn't prove anything in her. Where was the trial? Where was the tribulation? Before the marriage.
Right.
And the betrothal period, that's not a long time.
Well, what you mean?
Like with the rules, like
Are you talking about the school rule?
just like the in general, like
Uh-huh.
men think that they know a woman like after a year.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And it's like
No, yeah, because even the betrothal period is like Like, yeah, you don't know nobody after a year. You still betrothed. Like, listen, and then you got people that jump into relationships and get married after 6 months. In the world I'm talking about. And be acting like they know it. And they wonder why, like, she got split personalities. She got schizophrenia. She got mad bodies on her belt. She jumping back to the old past. You didn't get a chance to learn this person. It takes years to learn a person, man. And the older they are, the more demons and baggage they come with. So you got a lot to learn. So the betrothal period would be to your best interest. And our custom was about a year of betrothal. Remember, marriages were a lot different back then. We weren't just going out and picking up demons off the street. We were righteous people marrying each other. So if I had a daughter, and he had a daughter, I had a son, and they were about maybe the same age, or my son was a little bit older, I would say, okay, when your daughter is of age, I want her to marry my son. My son's whole life, his whole grooming, is grooming him to be a husband. He's going to groom his daughter's whole life to be a wife. Her whole existence is to serve my son. So when they got married, it wasn't like, damn, she's a demon. I got to clear out all the cobwebs and I got to deal with all the men she slept with. No, it was, okay, are we compatible spiritually? Is she still holding fast to the faith that she was taught? Because you know how I go. Little chick get a little age, and then she's like, I don't want to be a Hebrew no more. I want to be a Philistine. They do that here in America. The little Saudis come over. They're like, I don't want to be a Muslim. I want to be an American. I'm going to live like an American. I'm going to wear the hair wrap, wear all that, but I'm going to be a freak, a damn animal. I'm a fake Muslim. I'm going to fake it, but I'm not going to be it. So that's what the betrothal was for. Are we spiritually compatible? Are we still holding fast to the faith? We didn't have to go dig out all the demons because our women weren't running around being hoes. They weren't. You think Mary and you think Joseph had to worry about all the demons that Mary had on her from all these other men that she was sleeping with? She didn't have no other man. Think about all y'all's demons come from all these failed relationships. You women, because you got to please this man, make his eggs this way, you got to learn how to make scrambled, over easy, sunny side up, omelets. But then your new righteous man, he don't want none of that. He don't even want eggs. He want grits. You're like, damn, I don't know how to make grits. Well, I'm going to show you how to make grits, but I don't want to make grits, damn it. I want to make you some eggs. But babe, I don't want eggs. You see how that goes? Well, I don't want to learn how to make grits. I just want to do what I know. But that's where all the contention and fighting comes from. Because y'all let all these little raggedy niggas dip off into you, dip into your spirit, dip into your flesh, and you try to present yourself like something holy and righteous to your man, and you're not. You've been tainted and polluted, man. Bottom line. I don't care how harsh it sounds. It's the truth. But somebody asked, we on a question, right? Got me going off. Anyway, right, so it's not wrong. You're not married. You didn't lay with her, so you can sever ties at any time. That's what the betrothal was for. What's the next one?
So if you say, for instance, you are married, right? Right. And maybe there was a slight separation.
Right.
Maybe it was a long-term separation. You guys, I don't know, get back together, whatever. Or y'all start back on a betrothal period, maybe, whatever. But you lay with her. Are you still technically married to her? Because
yeah.
Is it okay if you was to lay with her?
Okay.
I know all things are
now. Okay.
Right.
I know what you're asking. You got to ask yourself. Yes, all things are lawful. All things are not expedient.
Right.
Why would you lay with this woman if she hasn't? Go there real quick. Prove a friend. What have you proven in her? Why is she deserving to be laid with? Ecclesiastes 6 and verse 7. Now, ask yourself, is that what she wants? Is that what she's asking you for? And if she's like, we need to get it on, you definitely don't need to do it. Because as soon as you hit it again, what is she going to do? She's going to backflip into a demon. She's going to do a backflip, and the demon is going to jump out of her, and it's going to land right on your lap and sit right next to you, and you're going to be like, damn, where the hell did this come from? Because now the requirement has changed. So the best interest would not be to lay with her, because the first time you did it, was it not a mistake that shouldn't have happened? Yeah. It shouldn't have happened the way it happened. So now you got to still take the steps. You got to take the steps and say, wait a minute. Let me make sure that what is right.
Spirit.
Right. It's easy to hit anything, man. Don't y'all see that? Listen, they're giving it away right on this and that.
Yeah.
They're giving it away. You can talk them down to like $5, I'm sure. I'm sure you can talk them down to a couple of bucks.
$5.
I don't know. I ain't never.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can though.
You could actually.
What?
You could talk them down for free.
I'm sure. See, he said you can talk them down to free. I'm like, damn. What's the point of being out there? But my point is this. My point is this. That's always there for the taking. Any man, any woman will take any man. That's what the scriptures say. A woman will take any man. You could be hunchback. You could. I mean, come on, man. Look at Flavor Flav. He had a woman. Look at these like Crunchy Black and all these cats that just look like little roaches. They like, come on, man. They get women. Look at all these weird ass Edomites that get women. You like him? He ain't got no arms, but he got a woman. So you got to tell yourself though, and ask yourself: is what the woman is what she presents, and what she wants to give me, which is sex? Is that the end all be all? Because all that's going to happen is this. I'll predict your future, or the future of this question. You're going to hit it, she's going to get demons on her, and then she's not going to be an Ecclesiastes 26 and verse 14 woman. Because you're going to see that, I can't control her mind. Because you gave it to what she wanted. She got you whipped with her love. That's how it goes. And then all it's going to be is cut her off. She will not go the way that you have her. Now you really got to give a bill of divorce. The whole point is to avoid having to divorce our women and having to, they just, all it is they get used for sex, and then we send them on their way. Not we. I'm talking about our nation in general. I'm not saying us up here. We ain't doing that. Brothers up here are married. But what I'm saying is you got to look at, it's about the spirit always. You have to tame that flesh. You gotta tame that flesh and occupy yourself here, so that little guy down there, he don't take over. You can't let him win. He wants to win. He wants to dip and swim. That's what he wants to do, man. Now, if you want a long-term relationship, you will betroth this woman and see, is this what I'm going to deal with? You would set up parameters and time frame. 6 months. Let's see where she's at. 6 months to a year. Let's see what's going on. Is she growing in the spirit? Is she getting better? You see what I'm saying? You gotta do it, man. You gotta do it. Especially these damn Judites in Houston. Motherfuckers. Excuse my language. But man, they are. God. Something else, man. Anyway, is that it? I gotta be up here cussing.
Last question.
It's late.
I know. So say for instance, if you do fornicate or you whoremonger or you do some, you idolize something, someone. If you were to confess that and ask for forgiveness, right? Will there? I believe that there will be a punishment, but will it be as severe as if you didn't confess it?
No, it won't.
Would it be like leniency?
As
far as from the Most High.
Oh yeah, because you're not being wicked. Remember, a just man falls 7 times.
Right.
Part of his falling is confessing your faults one to another, that you may be healed. So, yeah, the Most High will show grace and mercy. He will. But he said, by no means will the wicked go unpunished. Not saying that anybody's wicked, but remember, there's always it's as simple as this. The Most High is not mocked. A man will reap what he sows.
Right.
So it doesn't matter if you reap if you sow one time, you're gonna reap something from that. Something, the Most High is gonna hit you some way. He's gonna affect something around you. So that's why it's very important to try to walk as clean as possible, man. Because I be thinking about everything I think and say and do, and I'm like, damn, Most High, please. I know I'm gonna get hit. I know I'm gonna get hit for that. I know I'm gonna get hit for that. I know if I think like this, I'm gonna get hit. That's how I think, because I know the Most High, He takes everything into account. And every little thing we do, there's a action, there's a reaction for every action. Everything we do, we're gonna be held accountable for. Everything we do, we say, everything we promote, we're gonna be held accountable.
Right.
And so, yeah, there's gonna be a small check. The check gets lighter if you, confess and don't do it no more.
Change it, right.
Change, yeah, but remember, a just man falls 7 times. If it was about just smashing you to hell, you would never get a chance to get back up.
Right.
But if it was about never punishing you, you would never get it in your heart to stop. Because correction ain't always a bad thing. Sometimes you need it so you can see, like, damn, whoa, okay, I messed up. I don't want that no more.
Right.
Right. That's it? Anything else? Or yeah, you got any questions? Is that it? Anything online?
Question online.
Read.
So what do you do if your husband still
Here it is.
wants to do unlaw acts in the bedroom?
Unlawful acts in the bedroom, and he knows better not to, and the wife refuses, but he says to obey. You ain't gotta obey that. It's as simple as that. Like, he's trying to do anal. You don't gotta obey that. Hell nah. You get dressed and leave. Get about the room. Again, no man is supposed to be leading you to wickedness. No man, it's not like, oh yeah, do it. The Most High is going to check him. The Most High is going to check you too. The Most High is going to check you too, unless He ties you up and holds you down and does whatever unlawful act. Unless He does that, you have the power in you to get up, get dressed, and leave.
If sinners entice thee, consent thou not.
Right. Perfect. If sinners entice thee, what is that, Psalms 1?
Psalms 1.
Well, let's go there real quick. And we just went to Ecclesiastes 4, right?
Proverbs 1.
It's Proverbs 1, and we went to Ecclesiastes 4. Ecclesiastes 4:20. Ecclesiastes 4 and verse 22. Accept no person against thy soul. Meaning, it doesn't matter who it is, your husband, if he's doing something and you know it's against your soul. Think about this. I want y'all to think about something. Remember when Peter had the vision of all the 4-footed beasts? And the Lord said, slay Peter. He said, rise, Peter, slay and eat.
Right.
And he said, it's not so, my Lord.
God.
Bro, why would Peter, think about it. Peter was going against Christ to not break the law. Think about it. He said, it's not so, Lord. Like, I can't eat anything unclean. Remember, when Peter was having his vision, he didn't understand what he was seeing. He saw 4-footed beasts of all kind, but we know it wasn't beast. It was man. But he saw beasts. And then he heard a voice say, rise, Peter, slay and eat. He's like, wait a minute, that ain't right. We ain't supposed to be eating no pork. He said, it's not so, my Lord. That happened 3 times or twice. Now think about it. Where was Peter's mind at?
Following the law.
Right. Go to Corinthians. Go to Proverbs. You read it.
I got it.
Oh, go read that.
Proverbs chapter 1 verse 10. My
Right,
son,
right.
if sinners entice thee,
Read.
consent thou not.
Yeah, man. Don't consent. You're not supposed to consent to anything unlawful. It's no different if somebody comes and says, here, hit the pork.
I got one.
What you got?
Ephesians chapter 5 verse 11.
Read.
And have no fellowship
Uh-huh.
with unfruitful works of darkness,
Read.
but rather reprove them.
See, you're supposed to check that. Babe, you know that's unlawful. No, I can't do that because the scriptures say that a bed undefiled. You ain't got to check your husband, but you can. Nah, why, babe, we got to do it. No, we not going to do this. Well, why not? Well, because Hebrews 13:4 says our marriage will be honorable only if the bed is not defiled. See, there's a way a woman can her husband, right, and not usurp authority and be a damn brute. Not saying to check your husband, but what I'm saying is you can circumvent wickedness. Watch, where we at?
So Romans 8:35.
Oh, it is Romans, yeah. Go to Romans. Yep, go to Romans, watch.
Romans chapter 8 and verse 35.
Read it.
Who shall separate us from the love of Yahushua?
Your husband?
From the love of Yahushua.
Your wicked husband is going to separate you? No, you ain't got to do the work. Let's do anal. Let's do bats and bullies and let's have tray pieces in the bedroom. Read.
Shall tribulation.
Shall what?
Tribulation.
Go ahead.
Or distress.
Uh-huh.
Or persecution.
Now, check this out. Where we at?
Verse 35.
What, Romans, right?
God.
Romans what?
8:35.
Right, Romans 8, verse 35. I want you to jump down to verse 38.
Verse 38.
Right?
For I am persuaded.
Right?
That neither death.
Read.
Nor life.
Read.
Nor angels.
Nor what?
Nor angels.
Nor what?
Nor angels.
Remember, an angel came to Peter and told him to slay and eat. And Peter was like, it's not so, my Lord. I can't eat nothing common or unclean.
God.
So even Peter stood up against Christ like, no, I can't break the law. Even though it wasn't nothing unlawful that Yahweh was telling him to do. Remember, Peter didn't understand the vision. But if y'all read that story, Peter was bold enough to say, nah, bro, I'm not going to accept nothing against my spirit that's going to cause me to fall. Just like it says in Ecclesiastes 4 and verse 22. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 22.
Uh-huh.
Except no person against thy soul.
Read.
And let not the reverence of any man.
Even your husband. Go ahead.
Any man.
Read.
Cause thee to fall.
Right. You ain't supposed to obey wickedness, man. I don't care who it is. Again, if your husband put the crack pipe in front of you, you ain't going to hit it. You're going to hit it out of his damn hand and run off. Exactly. So, let that be true for everything, for all the other wickedness. Now, let me be very, very clear. I got to say this because I know how y'all think. Oh, my God. Y'all can't look at every single thing your husband's telling you to do like that's wicked. That's wicked. That's wicked. Like, oh, all of a sudden, him telling you to make breakfast is unlawful. No, stop it. Don't be ignorant. Don't be naive. Please don't. I don't want to get the phone calls talking about she ain't cooking breakfast no more because she said it's wicked for her to cook. Nah. No. You know the difference between wickedness and what your duty is. All right? So this is not an excuse. Don't use these scriptures as an excuse like, see, the Bible says who's going to separate me from the love of Christ? The love of Christ ain't me cooking for you. Yeah, it is. Now, if you tell you to cook him some pork, then don't do that. But I got to say that, man, because I know how some of y'all women, bro, y'all will use this little question as a catapult to say, I'm not going to follow my husband no more at all. Y'all ain't slick. Mm-hmm. Y'all ain't slick. No, you're not going to follow his wickedness. Accept no person against thy soul. So what does that mean? You got to know what's wrong and what's right on all levels. And you got to understand where 1 Peter 3:1 comes into play and where it don't. It doesn't always come into play. Submit to your wives, submit to your own husband. That don't always come into play because you're not supposed to submit in wickedness. He's not supposed to be beating on you and you submit to that. He's not supposed to burn cigarettes out on you. He's not supposed to be putting you on the block. He's not supposed to be letting you pole dance. He's not supposed to be getting you high. He's not supposed to be getting the kids high. He's not supposed to be pimping the kids. None of that. He's not supposed to be making you eat pork. He's not supposed to be making you celebrate Christmas. None of those things. All right?
God.
If he ain't beating you, punching you, burning out cigarettes, using bats and bottles, anal, what else? Making you celebrate holidays. What else? If he ain't making you those 7 things, follow everything else. Crack, drugs, obviously. 9 things. If those 9 things ain't being done, then we don't want to hear like, oh yeah, she ain't following no more because she said what I'm doing is wicked. No. All right?
God.
Anything else? Man, we went all the way over. That's it, man. That's it. We gonna
Wait, I got one more question.
What's that?
No, I'm just joking.
You trying to bring back to the old days where we didn't have no camera.
Oh,
and
man.
we was here for 8 hours every night. Yeah.
That
All right. That's it, everybody. We'll be back here on Friday. No, we won't be back. We'll be here on Friday because Virginia will be broadcasting live Friday, so look out for that. We'll see y'all back here on Saturday, live for the Shabbat. All right, let's say shalom.
Shalom.